Wonder which one I can turn here. Hello, that's better. How's that sound to you?
From historic Robbie Stadium in Wauwatosa on an overcast and drizzly Saturday afternoon, we welcome you inside People's State Bank coverage of Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group. Alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Miller, I am Scott Warris. It is the final home game for the Warriors here in 2025 as they commemorate Senior Day and welcome in the perennial power Aurora Spartans. Two teams sitting at 3-2, though, here today in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. And, Coach, we talk about this matchup. Before we talk about anything X's and O's related, let's step back for just a second. Nate Griffith, when we last saw him last Saturday at Eureka, was being stretchered off, suffered a concussion. The good news for Griff, we want to start with this, is that he's in good shape. He'll go through the Senior Day ceremonies today, but he has not been cleared to play. So thumbs up to Griff. But, Coach, it was a scary sight last Saturday in Eureka. It's always interesting to see how a team responds, especially in the moment, how a coaching staff and how a teammate responds when you see a teammate go off like that.
It really is, and it's a credit to the Warriors that they were able to acknowledge what happened, but then get back on the horse and start playing again, because that is very hard, especially when a guy comes off on a stretcher. Yeah. I know you asked me during the week, like, how many guys do you remember during your career going off on a stretcher? And I remember one. So it is kind of an impactful thing, but it's such good news to know that he's going to be ready to go next week.
Yeah, not cleared today. He'll go through Senior Day ceremonies, which is important for him, but we thought it important that we start with the Nate Griffith update. No Griffith, no Quincy Reams. Reams is still battling a hamstring, so the Warriors are going to turn to their third starting quarterback of the season. He's a sophomore, a first-year Warrior, Joshua Rico. He has played off the bench the last couple weeks, but he gets the start here today, Coach. A new number and a new name to look at.
Absolutely, and anytime, I think everyone understands this, when you're on your third quarterback, you're really going to wonder what's going to happen on the field. However, talking to Coach Tresky and with our own eyes watching him, the young man has a great arm. He throws the ball very well, and he's had all the reps this week to get ready for this game. So I look for him to come out and play well. I think he's highly motivated, and I think he's going to come out and do a nice job.
He's a confident young man. He's played in some big games in his high school days down in the Dallas, Texas area. So it's exciting to see what Rico can do right out of the gate here today. It's not easy on the other sidelines, though, Coach, because it's the Aurora Spartans, the six-time defending conference champions. Probably not going to win a championship this year the way the standings are shaping up with just a couple of weeks to go. But nevertheless, for Don Beebe and company, and that's a name a lot of football fans know, he has built a power in Aurora, Illinois. They are the standard in this conference.
No doubt. They are the gold standard. And every year, they kind of are very similar every year, but every year he takes new pieces of the puzzle and puts them in place. As we've said off the air, I love what he does offensively. You can see that he draws from some of his previous NFL experience and things, and he just does a really good job. And I'm, be honest with you, they're a wounded team right now, so that's going to be it's going to be an interesting angle to this game. Coming off a bye, coming off a loss, how do they respond?
Yeah. Last thing, Coach, we mentioned it's Senior Day. There'll be 18 seniors honored. It's always special for those who get a recognition before kickoff on this day.
I think Senior Day is one of the most impactful days of the year. Anybody that commits, and there's a lot of challenges in being on a team for as long as 4 years or 5 years in some case. This is a special day to honor those guys that have done it for 5 years.
It's the regular season home finale. It's the Warriors and the Spartans, and we're just getting started from Robbie Stadium. More of our pregame programming after this timeout. Stick with us.
This isn't just another college.
If you are looking for a university where the professors care about you, you can meet friends who have the same values as you, and you're going to be in a super fun area with a ton of student activities and fun stuff to do, then you want to go to WLC.
This is a place where you'll engage in Christ-centered academics and student life experiences that activate your potential.
Learning here at WLC is incredibly hands-on learning. You get a bunch of different experiences.
You can really balance academics with athletics or fine arts or any extracurriculars.
I don't think a single student here graduates without thinking that they are a Christian leader. You get everything when you come here. You get a wonderful community of people, and you get endless opportunities.
WLC initially was just a college for me, but now it's a home.
Your greatest adventure starts here. Visit WLC.edu/purpose to learn more.
Today's matchup features the visiting
And we welcome you
Aurora
back
University
to historic
Spartans
Robbie Stadium.
and
Scott
your
Warren is so pleased to be joined by
Warriors.
former Warrior Jeff Musa, also the regional president, Southeastern Wisconsin region for People's State Bank. He got the logo, the colors fit. Jeff, it's good to see you first and foremost, a former Warrior coming back. What's it feel like to be back on this turf? You christened this place, I understand.
Yeah, it's great to be home. I will say this is the I was on this field at the first season of this new stadium before the bleachers were built, and but it's really cool to come back. Also supporting WLC, which has been such a huge part to me personally, but realistically really aligns with the values of People's State Bank, and we're just happy to be here and help.
Well, we appreciate it so much. You've been our title sponsor here in our broadcast with My24, WLCsports.com. Talk about your path and your journey from being a Warrior on this field, an 07 graduate, and then into the banking industry where it's been quite a ride.
Yeah, so 20 years in banking today. I tell you, it's been a ride, done a variety of different roles, been in different markets, but Milwaukee and Wisconsin are always home, so I'm happy to be back for the last 10 years leading our Southeastern Wisconsin market, essentially from scratch to where we are today. So in Southeastern Wisconsin, People's State Bank now has 3 locations and a little bit over 50 employees actually out of our location. Half of our board of directors are actually out of the Milwaukee market now, so we've really become a part of the community with our legacy roots being up River, Minocqua, Rhinelander, Stevens Point, legacy territory.
You know, you have connections to this program, and you brought in the People's State Bank connection. Now it's like all your worlds are colliding here at WLC and with People's State Bank. Why was it important that you come aboard these broadcasts for us and support us the way you have?
Well, just like we're growing as an institution, the football brand here has been growing for a 20-year duration, a little plus. So when we saw the opportunity to help WLC get their games televised, we thought it would definitely be something that aligned with what we wanted to, both personally and professionally. Really, Coach Tresky and I actually played on this field together on the same team. So when him and I actually had the conversation when this title sponsor was being looked to, I thought it really did make sense for us to step up to help WLC get on TV, and we look to do this for today and to the future. So happy to be part of that.
I'd be remiss if I don't ask you for some on-field memories here. Like we said, you were part of that team that played in this facility for the first time. teammates with Eric Tresky. Let me ask you this about Coach Tresky. Could you tell early on, you've known him all this, you tell early on this guy's going to be a coach? He's got all the coaching tendencies.
He's always been a development guy. He's always been the most positive person I've ever been around, especially in the locker room. So that coaching mentality was part of it. He jumped right in right after graduation, so it's something that doesn't surprise me that he's our head coach today. Genuinely, his on and off the field persona is one that is so consistent and adding value and leading through that fundamental of servant leadership that was really built into both our heads while going to school here at WLC. It's something that I've carried over personally into the banking industry as well. Him and I kind of joke, it's always you have to be able to follow before you can lead. And that's where he's at today. So he's leading our football program forward, and I get the benefit of actually leading our banking organization in southeastern Wisconsin forward as well. So nice to be in line.
Absolutely. Last thing, behind us here, they're about to begin the Senior Day ceremony. And you think about the memories that these young men have of being a Warrior. Are there things that transfer? I mean, have you found yourself in your professional career hearkening back to playing for Coach Miller? You had a chance to catch up with him earlier. Harken back to those life lessons that happen on the gridiron.
Yeah, I would tell you it's managing adversity. I mean, realistically, you never really know where you're made out of until you have to face that head on. So I think the athletic program here and Coach Miller's continued guidance over the years have been things that have helped you kind of achieve that. And in any professional industry, adversity is always around the corner. So it's a great lesson to learn, and it's a great thing to help you push forward as you continue to grow personally and professionally.
Jeff Musa, Regional President, Southeastern Wisconsin, People's State Bank, and behind our title sponsorship for our broadcast this year. Thank you so much. It's good to see you back at historic Robbie Stadium, Jeff. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thanks very much.
And when we come back, we will hear from Jeff's former teammate, now head coach Eric Tresky, as we get ready for kickoff. Stick with us. More to come.
We celebrate the athletes, the buzzer beaters, the record breakers, the wins. Now, it's time to celebrate the people behind it all, the advice givers, the community shapers, the game changers, the life changers. It's time to celebrate our coaches. Join all of us at BSN Sports and show your coach some love by sharing their story with #ThankYouCoach.
Hey, grab me one too.
Here's your food.
Thank you.
Hey, your food's right here. Have a nice day.
Thanks, you too.
Food's here.
Food's here.
Finally. Best pizza.
Food's here. We're here. Quick Trip.
Back inside our Warriors pregame show as the Warriors are getting ready for the Aurora Spartans. Scott Warris and sixth-year head coach Eric Tresky. And, Coach, it's been a couple of weeks since we were last together, at least in this venue. Your team has won 2 in a row. You're putting up points. You're cashing in on turnovers. I imagine morale, confidence, all that stuff is as high right now as it's been all year.
Yeah, it's been great to see our guys playing the way we know they're capable of playing. And so now they've been able to experience it. Sometimes you need to feel it to believe it. And we're playing good football. I'm really proud of our leadership. We've had some adverse moments in those 2 games, and to see how our seniors have risen up, to see our young guys on the sideline encouraging and playing their part, it's been fun to see as a coach.
Last week down at Eureka, we've talked about trying to get off to a good, fast start, and it's been difficult at times. Not last week, though. I mean, you guys blitzed them early, 21, 28-0. You had to be happy with the start out of the blocks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it starts with the run game. We ran the ball really effective. Our QBs did a good job of protecting the run. I liked their plan. I think more importantly, I liked how our kids understood the plan and executed, man. So it's fun to play more complementary football. We've talked all year. The defense has been kind of the strength of our team so far, and to see the offense starting to rise up to the occasion, that's been good.
Before we move on and start talking about the Aurora matchup, I'd be remiss if I didn't check in on the condition of Nate Griffith, because the last time a lot of these fans saw Nate, he was not being carted off. He's being stretchered off after suffering a nasty hit in the third quarter.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about Griff, first and foremost, how he is just doing as a person, and then we can get to his availability.
Man, you would not believe it after seeing him come off the stretcher. He's doing phenomenal. He's been coaching, leading guys. He's actually been able to do some drill work and practice. It was a scary moment on the field there for a second. You know, he had blacked out for a moment. You know, I think his arm was kind of locked out. There's some symptoms of concussion, but man, we talked, we prayed. He was vibrant on the field. Got to the hospital. They said, we've never seen this. Like, there's no concussion symptoms. He's been checked all week long. No concussion symptoms. So out of precaution, he'll be inactive today. But really, really happy that he's doing okay. He's given so much to this team, and he's just a great human being, great guy to have on our program.
That's excellent news. And he'll be able to walk there on Senior Day, too.
Yes, he will.
We'll get to Senior Day in just a second, Coach. So no Nate Griffith. Quincy Reams still out with a hammy. So that means we see Josh Rico. He'll make his first Warriors start, but he does have game experience. For the fans, we're going to see the young man from Texas for the first time. What can we expect from Rico?
So you'll see real quickly that Josh is a confident player. He prepares hard. He understands the game. He's probably more of a pocket passer than maybe some of our other guys, but will deliver. He steps up in the pocket, has made some big-time throws. I mean, I look at the Lakeland game, and he came in kind of in an unexpected moment and right away delivered a strike and carried us on a beautiful drive, and he's a very confident player. So our guys are excited. They know the work he's been putting in, and I think the team's ready to see him compete.
So the Aurora Spartans are here. They have been, you know, the standard in this Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference for the last 6-7 years or so, Coach. And you and I talked this week, and I know you've talked at length with your team about playing the 2025 Spartans, not the 24 or the 23 iteration. Just play the team in front of you today, because they are still very good, but maybe not as special as the last couple of years.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from our opponent. They're obviously a very strong team, and Coach Beebe's done a great job since he's been a part of their program. I think the biggest thing is anytime you play a good program, you can't play the mystique, you can't play their logo, you can't play their history. You got to treat them like any other team, and you got to trust also in the gifts and the things that you bring to the table. So I like our game plan. I like our matchups. You know, I think there's going to be a good football game today, and this is what you work so hard for, is to test yourself against a good program. If you're able to rise up and beat an Aurora-type football program, then you're doing some good things.
Look, you and your program are still looking at a possible bowl game if you get into that second-place position in the NAC. So there's still a lot on the line for your guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. We haven't shied away from that. You know, we've had goals to play an 11th game as a unit, and we're continuing to work to get there.
Last thing for you, Coach. It is Senior Day.
Yep.
It is Senior Day. You've got 18 young men that'll be honored in a pregame ceremony. What message do you hope they take from today and from that ceremony?
I'm proud of this group. They've really embraced our program, our school, what it means to be a Warrior, and they've made their mark. They've helped advance, I think, who we are as a program, and it's not without hard work. It's not without dedication. Those young men have really grown as leaders. I've seen them grow in their faith, and I know that everything that they've done to help make WLC a better place is going to carry with them the rest of their lives. And so we honor them, we celebrate them, and we can't wait to see them get after it.
About 15, 20 seconds, Coach. An X Factor, and then any final thoughts here in our last telecast of 2025?
Yeah, so X Factor, I would just say is how both teams run the football.
Okay.
You know, I think they've defended the run well. If we force them to be one-dimensional, it should be a game changer in terms of the outcome. Last thing I just want to say, it's been a blessing. It's been a privilege to be able to be on My 24, for you to see us try to play a different brand of football, a brand that really showcases our team verse, which is showing love by how we work for each other. My encouragement to you, I don't know if you're a person of faith or not, but my encouragement to you is to know that God does have a plan for you. He loves you. He loves you so much. He sent his son to die for you. And doesn't matter what we do, whether it's talking on a microphone, coaching a football game, or any other thing in our life, it's always an opportunity to give a thank you back to the God that loves us so much. So thank you guys so much.
And thank you.
Yep.
Best of skill. against the Spartans. More from Robbie Stadium as we continue on By 24. Stick with us.
The world is changing in powerful ways. You deserve an education that helps you meet the moment. Wisconsin Lutheran College. An academic and faith experience embedded in a close-knit community that activates your potential. Preparing you for life's critical moments so you can step into your unique purpose as a bold Christian leader. Take the first step at wlc.edu/purpose.
When it comes to electrical work for your home, don't settle for fine. You deserve the best with Best Electric. From replacing an outlet to large-scale renovations and everything in between, there's no job too big or too small. And Best Electric offers upfront estimates and financing options. We're a family business that's been taking care of your family for over 50 years. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
As we return from break, the raindrops have returned from break as well. It is a little sunny right now, but rainy, and we will monitor the weather situation. Probably going to see some degree of precipitation over the course of this next few hours in this ball game. Our game time temperature will probably be in the mid to upper 40s, and as I say, rain on and off throughout the day. As you take a look there at the seniors, 18 young men, their final game at historic Robbie Stadium, 17 players and a senior student manager. And Dennis, as you said in our open, that's some memories right there. And you look at the list of seniors this year, and I also always think of the families as well, because we talk about those names, certainly, and rightfully so, but there's road trips, there's practices, there's driving all across the country, maybe, depending on where they were playing in high school or peewees or whatever. It's a full family affair, and for a lot of those families, it ends today.
It is, and having gone through that myself with both of my kids being athletes and following them and so on, it's hard. I mean, when this ends, the finality of it all, it's hard because they've had so much fun wrapped up in watching in this case, their sons play football all through high school and on to college. And again, I admire everybody that's a senior in college athletics. It's hard to do that. And you hardly, you recruit 50 guys and you end up with 15 and they're 18 at the end.
Well, one of the seniors there, number 6, is Nate Griffith. He's in uniform. He's got his helmet. He is not cleared, though. Boy, how great a sight is that, because that's a young man, number 6 there on the left side. He was stretchered off the field last Saturday down at Eureka. He blacked out for about 30 seconds after taking a nasty hit off a defender's knee, and then his head hit the turf. It was scary. It was gruesome. And he is as in good a spirits as you can imagine. And it's so great that while he isn't cleared to play today, there's a really good chance he'll be able to go. Warriors have 2 road games to close out the season, but he was able to go through his senior day ceremony in the full regalia.
Yeah,
Nate Griffith and company.
Outstanding. And, we've remarked about this all throughout the year. He is just one fine young man. And how he's handled all of this, including this most recent adversity, is just it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see how he's doing that.
One of the captains will be out there for the coin toss in just a little while as well. It is the final regular season home game. This will be our final broadcast on My24 and WLCSports.com. And this Warrior squad trying to pull off an upset of the Aurora University Spartans. That is certainly a storyline we'll get into over the course of our broadcast day as Eric Tresky tries to get his first win in his 6th year against Don Beebe and the Aurora Spartans. These broadcasts this year could not take place without so many great sponsors, including People's State Bank. You saw our interview a few minutes ago with Regional President, Southeastern Wisconsin, Jeff Musa, former Warrior himself, bringing People's State Bank on board. Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent. Auto Owners Insurance, Best Electric Service, Dunn Sporting Goods, Sit Mean Sit Dog Training, Today's Dentistry, Clear Hits Radio, Enlighten Realty Group, the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, and Sonesta Milwaukee West, Wauwatosa. We thank all of you for your support of Warriors broadcast here in 2025. It'll be the 3-2 Warriors and the 3-2 Aurora Spartans when we come back to historic Robbie Stadium. You're watching People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
My journey into real estate started with a simple desire to help others. At the Enlighten Realty Group, our team's more than just a collection of agents. It's a family of dedicated professionals, committed to making a meaningful impact on our clients. To us, this business is about changing lives. When we look back on our life, we won't smile on the money we made, but rather the lives we changed along the way. Give us a call or follow us on social media today. We look forward to talking with you.
Drive, discipline, passion, determination, focus, sacrifice, effort. The years on the football field have given me more than just wins. They've taught me values that are now at the heart of Legacy Insurance Group. At Legacy Insurance, dedication, hard work, and honor become real protection for families and businesses across Wisconsin. Legacy Insurance Group, driven to protect your future.
When you bank with People's State Bank, you're never alone when it comes to your finances. In fact, in a recent survey, customers said our bankers were helpful, flexible, and willing to work with their situation more than any other response. So if you're going it alone with your bank, we invite you to join our community and experience what it's like with People's State Bank on your side. Visit us at bankpeoples.com.
Cloudy, rainy Saturday afternoon. We welcome you inside our broadcast. Warriors check in at 3-2 in the NAC. They've won 2 in a row. A couple of road wins over Lakeland and Eureka. Aurora University is also 3-2. They had a bye last week. Week before that, they lost to Concordia, Wisconsin. And it looks like Concordia, Wisconsin is rolling their way to an unblemished conference slate. Yep, CUW's been a special season. Third member of our crew is Wayne Chevy. Let's check in with him now. Good afternoon, Rev.
Scott and Dennis, I was on the field as these parents came out for senior day. Obviously a lot of emotion from these players too. Last opportunity to step onto historic Robbie Stadium, and you're just praying that they put their best foot forward, come away with a victory. One person who will not be playing today, Jameel Gordon, tried out and tested out his injury, not going to be able to go today. I want to make a quick shout out to my guys last night. I was on with my chain crew. I was working the head linesman. So Keith, Jeff, Steve-O, and John, love you. I hope you're watching today. You said you were going to. And by the way, you guys duped me into wearing this awesome new polo here. The weather's not so great. I hope you guys are warm up in the booth.
We are.
Next year, an umbrella. Next year, we get the Armor Up umbrellas. That'll be the plan. Thanks, Wayne. We'll check in with him throughout the day. That is big news because Emmett Hawkins was lost way back in week 1, and his partner in crime, Jameel Gordon, has been their top wide receiver threat. To lose him today, it got a little tougher for the Warriors just now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think, again, based on conversations earlier in the week, there was some optimism that Jameel would be able to go today, but, he tested it out, and it wasn't ready and it wasn't sound, and so he's sitting out. And now the Warriors are going to have to, again, go to the guys that have been practicing very hard and and just have them get up to speed in a hurry and have a good game.
Two guys right there, Colin Amack, number 4, Keith Johnson, 89. Those guys might factor big in the absence of Jameel Gordon. There will be other weapons. It'll be Josh Rico, but first the Warriors defense will be out there as Aurora will receive the opening kickoff with the rain falling again here at historic Robbie Stadium.
It's a little harder than it's been raining. It's coming down a little more.
Devin Lair with our Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff to get this thing underway, and it's going to be taken at the 15-yard line. And erasing it up is Lucius Dones, the junior out of Belleville, Illinois. Dones on the return, and so the Aurora Spartans will start out across the 20-yard line, near the 23-yard line. There's the offense for Aurora. They are averaging 40 points a game. That's tops in the league. Liam Mickle is the starting quarterback. He's a senior out of Woodstock, Illinois, his second year at Aurora. Tyler Atkins, the reigning offensive player of the year, is no longer with the Spartans. Here's a toss out of the backfield, and Ramsey is a weapon. He's strung out and ridden down out of bounds along the near sidelines. Landon Bryant, number 33, who has played big in the last 2 weeks, a big part of this Warriors defense. As you see the People's State Bank starting defense for the Warriors. Wisconsin Lutheran only allowing 22 points per game in their first 7 games. It was a pickup of 6 for Ramsey on first down. Here's 2nd and 4, and it's Ramsey again, and he'll be stopped a couple yards shy of the line of scrimmage. We talk about this offense, Dennis, and it's T.J. Ramsey, this junior running back. He's a weapon. 553 rushing yards. He's got 11 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he is a weapon, and he's a real quick, kind of a real scat back kind of a player. Now, looks like we're playing a lot of man so far.
3rd down and 2 for the Aurora Spartans. And the toss from Mickle to the right side. Catch is made. That's a first down for Tyler Bruckner. Landon Bryant, his 2nd tackle of the early going. And Bruckner, one of those reliable marks. He's got 6 catches on the season, but he's a good target.
Despite the fact that they've had a first down, I like what Coach Donovan is doing relative to the coverage, putting a few more people in the box, trying to stop the run like they did right there.
Sterling Williams this time. He's a senior running back. He's out of Aurora himself. And Layson Handwork. And Jalen Pereira helping out there as well. Pereira has played well. He's one of those guys that has done a lot behind the scenes. He's done a lot maybe that fans don't recognize. And then he's popped up and made some eye-popping tackles as well. Here's a low snap, and Mickle is flushed, throws far sideline, coming back, and it's a fingertip catch into Warriors territory. Heck of a play there by Lucius Dones. And Aurora's on the move. It's a Best Electric Service first down for AU.
And that's probably an example of the quarterback just having a little bit too much time to sit back there and wait for somebody to open up.
Just underway. Rain falling here now at Robbie Stadium. 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the 46. And out of the backfield, they hit T.J. Ramsey. Yeah, Ramsey's a weapon as a receiver out of the backfield, as a traditional running back. They have a lot of weapons, and it's the task of Tresky and company to defend it today.
So far, they've done a nice job with that swing pass. They haven't had a lot of success with that yet.
4 wide receivers to the near side, and they get it into the hands of Coronado. And the Warriors stand him up, swarming to the ball as they overloaded the right side. Coronado was taken down. And again, Bryant there in on the stop. A heck of a start for Landon.
Well, and the nice thing about that particular play is they did a nice job. They're trying to block Landon, but he still got off the block to make the tackle. That was a big-time play by Landon Bryant.
So it's 3rd and long for Aurora. First chance for the Warrior defense to rise up. On the season, the Spartans are converting 49% of their third downs. That's tops in the league. The senior Mickle will empty the backfield.
They're missing a player.
Here comes Dominic Coronado. We need you, Dom.
Yeah, they're good, but they still want 11 out there.
Warriors jumped. Penalty flag. Free play. Mickle near sidelines. They'll get pass interference down there as well. Both penalties would appear to go against the Warriors. It was Malik Gordon, Patrick Manning Davis on in coverage down the sideline.
That was a mess up from the beginning. Numbers and penalties.
Our referee today is Tim Duffy. We'll hear from him.
We have 2 fouls, both on the defense. Offside, defense, number 98. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense, number 28. That penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. Automatic suspend.
Warriors middle of the pack in the NAC in penalty yardage per game.
You know, that disjointed play really worked to Aurora's advantage in that situation.
You know, you think about Don Beebe and the play calling of the Aurora offense. This is what they do a lot of. They'll throw early in games. The percentage of first half to second half throwing to running is tilted in favor of the pass. Speaking of which, Mickle, and a diving attempt is incomplete. Inside the 5-yard line. He was looking for Ethan Svoboda, the sophomore out of Oswego, Illinois. Manning Davis on in coverage. Dennis, they've already targeted 4 different wide receivers on this drive.
Yeah, he's very versatile in how, and you know, that's what makes him probably is challenging to defend because they don't have a guy. They throw it all over the place. But it was nice to see Anthony Hill get a great pass rush on that last play. He's done that a couple of times so far, and if he can have that kind of impact, that can make a difference in this game.
Trey Erweiler, their first team all-NAC wide receiver, is out with an injury. He's usually the guy among guys, and in his absence, it's kind of wide receiver by committee. Nevad records the hit. Nathan Nevad, who's missed the last few weeks with a groin injury, is back. Not sure he's 100%, but he knew it was senior day, and he was able to give it a go. So it's good to have him back. Sam Elke is also back, full go. Warrior defense is getting healthier.
Yep.
It's 3rd down and 3. Spartans converting on a 3rd down via penalty last time. Here's a little slant. He threw it behind his intended target. It is incomplete. Bryant on in coverage. Landon Bryant, who had a great 2-game road trip. A couple of big 4th quarter interceptions 2 weeks ago against Lakeland. He continues to be on the uptick in terms of his performance. 4th down and 3, and Beebe and company with the decision. Keep the offense out there.
Yep, first big decision of the game really here in terms of, you know, what are you going to do? You're apparently not going for a field goal.
They have converted 62% of their 4th downs this year. That's second best in the league. Mickle to throw, and out of the backfield hits Ramsey. 1st down and much, much more to the 5-yard line. A pickup of 19 on 4th and 3.
And you can really see Ramsey's speed on this play. I mean, he got an easy swing pass. There wasn't really anyone out there, but then he just explodes through the hole. He's running away from people.
Every visit to the Red Zone is sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group. Colin Amack, agent representing Auto Owners Insurance from the 5, and it's Mickle. His own number is called, and he's strung out inside the 3-yard line as the senior quarterback out of Woodstock, Illinois, comes up a couple yards shy. Sam Elke kept him out of the end zone.
Yeah, really a nice tackle on that. Went down low and kept him out.
This is the opening drive of the game, and it belongs to the Spartans, and it's 2nd and goal. From the 2-yard line. Aurora Red Zone offense, middle of the pack this year in terms of scoring percentage. But they've got 22 touchdowns, second most in the NAC, and make it 23 touchdowns now. as Mickle called his own number for the second straight snap, and this time he breaks the goal line. Every touchdown sponsored by Sit Mean Sit Dog Training, and the Spartans strike first on their opening drive.
Yeah, a little speed option here, and the Ramsey on the outside got some of the defenders' attention, and Mickle just brings it in.
Impressive opening drive for the Aurora University Spartans. Brett Money, one of the all-time great kicker names, by the way, is on. You better make him when your last name is Money, and he does.
No doubt. Yep.
7-0. The Aurora Spartans strike first after a 13-play, 77-yard drive, taking the first 5.5 minutes off the clock.
And as you mentioned earlier, virtually all of that drive was with the passing game. And that definitely has been Coach Beebe's MO during the course of his career. He's pass heavy in the first half, and then if they have a lead that he's comfortable with, he really gets into the run game in the second half and shortens the game.
7th-year head coach of the Spartans. Prior 6 years, conference championships, 5 NCAA playoff appearances for the former Buffalo Bill, the former Green Bay Packer, the former standout at Chadron State.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I can tell you that.
When then Northern State head coach Dennis Miller had to try and figure out how to game plan against this kid
he didn't
playing at Chadron.
He did not belong at Chadron State. And I can tell you, he was we could double him as a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. But as a kick returner and punt returner, there's nothing we could do. So every single kick, including kickoffs, we kicked out of bounds so Don Beebe would not get his hands on the ball. And we beat them, by the way, just for the record.
I paused to make sure you got that
Thank
part
you.
in.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Speaking of kickoffs, Dunn Sporting Goods sponsoring all our kickoffs this year. From Chadron State to the NFL, he had the fastest 40 time at the Combine that year in '89. That would have been.
Yeah, he was something else with his speed.
This one goes out of the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. So the Warriors now on their first offensive possession. And the third different starting quarterback for Wisconsin Lutheran this year, it's Josh Rico. He's a first-year Warrior. He's a sophomore by way of Clark University, an NAIA institution there in the Dubuque, Iowa area. And Rico will take the first snap of this ball game. Young man, native of Dallas, Texas. And he'll put it in the belly of Liam Hygis. That's not a bad way to start. And Hygis carries it out near the 30-yard line.
Hygis just continues. There they are.
Sorry, Dennis. People's State Bank starting offense. Late scratch, though, Jameel Gordon, numbers 18. Not able to go today with a bit of a hamstring. So, again, the depth of the wide receivers are tested for the Warriors here today. It was a gain of 6 for Hygis. And the lefty launches it. It's in and out of the hands of Mears and intercepted. It's Ty Hop. And the linebacker off the ricochet through the hands of Mears picks it off. And Aurora is in business. Oh, that's the worst bit of luck for Rico, Mears, and the Warriors.
It is. And, it's just from a coach's perspective, not really Rico's problem. I mean,
not his fault.
No, that wasn't his fault. But it's hard to come to the sideline and mentally remove that from your mind and get back on the horse and get playing again. But we're going to have to here.
That is only the 5th interception by Aurora. The Spartans came in with a turnover margin of -7 this year. Warriors at +3, but the Spartans get the first takeaway on the second play from scrimmage for the Warriors. And now Mickle and company already up 7-0. And the toss out of the backfield, it's Dominic Coronado. And again, that time the wide receiver out of the backfield with handwork taking him out.
Yeah, and what they did that particular play is they put trips to the right side, sent them all downfield to vacate the area, and gave number 7 Coronado a lot of room just to run.
He got 5 on the play. And now a penalty flag, and it'll be an illegal procedure penalty against the Aurora Spartans. This will slow them up a little bit. First penalty against AU today.
Flag to the set, false start. Off, number 72. 5-yard penalty, second down.
This would be a great time for this defense to take advantage of that penalty and buck up right here with the turnover and keep them out of the end zone.
I'll tell you what, this is a Warrior defense that has 12 takeaways on the season. And as the season has rolled on, those takeaway totals have continued to climb. It was week 1 and 2 where they could not buy a takeaway.
We talked about it a lot. Yeah, and they just have taken off.
So after the 5-yard walk-off, it's 2nd and 10, and Mickle on a shovel to the edge for Ramsey, and he's tripped up, and a minimal gain for the running back, T.J. Ramsey.
Really nicely played. Again, that was the same play that he ran for his touchdown down on the goal line, but we really defended it well there. We got off our blocks and came up from the secondary.
Bryant on the stop. He's going to set the single-game tackles record at this mark. 3rd down and 9. Aurora 1 out of 2 on that opening touchdown drive on 3rd down. And out of the empty backfield. And Mickle throws across the middle, and it's knocked away and incomplete. And that's Manning Davis, who swatted it out of the breadbasket of the intended target.
Really nice play. Are they going to...
Patrick Manning Davis. They were looking for Connor Bright. That's the 5th different target now. Remember, Manning Davis had the pass interference earlier, so a good bounce back here.
All right, we'll see if Money lives up to his name right
44-yarder. His long is 45. It's the longest in the conference this season. He's 2 out of 3. This is a 44-yarder. It's blocked at the line of scrimmage. It is up for grabs. And the Warriors, with a penalty flag or 2 coming in towards the end, get the stop they needed. A special team stop for the Warriors, and that'll fire up the near sideline certainly.
What a great play. What a great defensive stand all the way around. Overcome that interception, force a field goal and block it.
We'll see if we can identify who blocked it. First, we'll wait the call by Duffy.
Illegal kicking. Kicking team, number 29. 10 yards from the spot on the foul. First down, Wisconsin.
That's a call you don't see often after a block kick.
I was just going to say that. You don't see it very often. They tried to get it out of bounds so somebody couldn't advance the ball.
Is that number 40? Was that Pereira who broke through? There were a couple of Warriors that broke through. Boy, Jalen Pereira.
That was a good heads-up call, actually, by the officials.
From that angle that we got there, it might have been number 42 for the Warriors, Pereira. And look at this now, as the starting defense for the Spartans, sponsored by People's State Bank. They've struggled in the pass defense department. Warriors keep this thing on the ground, and Hygis is probing the right side, and he'll get a gain of 3 or 4. And the Warriors do indeed get the stop they needed. Cameron Council on the tackle. Liam Hygis checks in. 576 net rushing yards. He is 1 rushing touchdown away from tying the single-season program record. Few guys have done that. Few guys have hit the 11 mark. Hygis trying to join him. He's got a lot of games left to do so, although this time he's hitting the backfield, breaks out of it, and got something out of what looked like absolutely nothing. And hard yards, that's the M.O. for Hygis. The cornerback, Shane McKenty, tackled him after a gain of a couple.
Very physical runner. I'm guessing that Warriors are in 4-down territory, so that widens the call sheet here a little bit in terms of what they can do.
I just ran out of the tackle of Cameron Council. And so Wisconsin Lutheran at 3rd down and 6 with under 6 to go in the opening quarter. Aurora, an opening drive touchdown and then a blocked field goal. And the Warriors are in Spartans territory now. 3 snaps, 3 carries, all for Hygis. And this one a first down. A pickup of 9. McKenty, another tackle of Hygis, a Best Electric Service first down for the Warriors.
Again, you watch how Liam Hygis runs. He just looks, hits the hole. He doesn't rush it to the hole. Does a nice job there.
Again, Josh Rico with an empty backfield. There's 5 wide receivers out there, and Rico's going to tuck it, keep it, get hit inside the 25, down to the 24. He got 3, and he pops right back up. Rico has attempted only 1 pass. It was deflected off the hands of Drew Mears and intercepted. J.P. Cheney, the first team All-NAC lineman on the tackle. We'll call his name a lot.
Playing defensive end on the bottom of the screen here.
He wears number 1. High snap. Rico pulls it back. Down the seam. Touchdown. Nice. Colin Aimaq and the Warriors.
Really nicely done. That wasn't an RPO. That was a called play. Fake the inside run. Linebackers suck up. Aimaq is by himself down the middle.
One of the seniors honored in the pregame today. Colin Aimaq out of Menominee Falls, Lake Country Lutheran. And now Lair to try and tie it here with 4:38 to go in the opening quarter. And he does. Sit mean, sit dog training sponsors every touchdown. That one for the Warriors. 40 yards after the blocked field goal. It only took 5 plays to punch it in.
What a response. A turnover that right away you're going, oh no, they're gonna have an opportunity and another quick score. Great defensive effort, blocked field goal, and there's just a great drive for a touchdown. You couldn't have scripted that any better.
First touchdown receiving for Colin Aimaq in this, his senior campaign. And the Warriors have knotted this thing up. You know, we talk about the Aurora Spartans defensively, giving up 27 points a game. And I mentioned already their pass defense is last in the league at 269 yards. It is 22nd worst in the nation in Division III. And the Warriors may have exploited something there to get that Aimaq touchdown score. And now the Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff.
Well, and they've done a nice job also of feeding Liam Hygis early to force them to be very concerned about him. That, again, just a great series there.
4 rushes, 19 yards for Hygis. Williams, I beg your pardon, Ramsey and Williams are back. And Devin Lair, the approach from south to north. And it's Sterling Williams on the return from just inside his 15. And breaks it outside before Vinton Martin rings him down. Good return out to the 35. About a 20-yard return or so for the Aurora Spartans, who now will look to answer the Warriors' scoring drive. Capped off by that 24-yard catch. Rico to Aimaq. Warriors able to capitalize after that blocked field goal. Empty backfield. Mickle looked right, throws back the other way, had a man streaking down the sideline, but threw it at the feet of Connor Bright.
I think they outfoxed themselves a little bit there. You know, the big fake to the right with all the whole body language and come back and underthrow the receiver, and he, you know, really wasn't all that open anyway, so.
In the belly of Ramsey. Short gain for T.J. Ramsey. He'll bring up 3rd down and long. Ramsey 5th in the NAC in rushing at 79 yards a game. Mentioned he's got 11 rushing touchdowns. The running attack for the Spartans is middle of the pack as well at 148. Lewis on the tackle, by the way, for the Warriors.
Ramsey's a very good singular running back, but, overall the yards per game is not up there.
So Liam Mickle pulls it back, has time, throws near sideline. He's got his man, and that's Connor Bright. And this time the two of them do connect to the 46 of the Warriors. That's a 17-yard pickup, and McFadden pushed him out. Good tight spiral. And the Spartans in business. Best electric service first down for Aurora. Doan's in motion. He'll get the shovel. He's strung out and ripped down. Forward progress will give him the line of scrimmage. Prowley showing the good lateral speed there. Number 93, the freshman lineman out of Sarasota.
Landon Bryant won't get credit for the tackle, but really made the play. Just right there, slowed him down, forced him to make a different decision.
Landon Bryant is having an excellent start to this game. Second down and 10. And again, the carry. This is Ramsey straight ahead, squirting through, slipping out of tackle attempts and taking it down to the 25-yard line. 21-yard pickup. Martin on the hit.
And that play really gave all of us an opportunity to see some of his moves, all the things that he's doing. And he runs very quickly. He doesn't just sit in the hole and dance. He's moving forward all the time.
Another best electric service first down run. Ramsey out of Schaumburg, Illinois. He's got 13 total touchdowns this year. Mentioned he's got 11 on the ground. Again, they keep it with him. Handwork on the hit.
So far we've done a very nice job at run defense other than a gash play. On the ordinary run plays, we've done a very nice job, and then they've had that one gash play that makes a difference.
Nose of the football at the 20-yard line. Spartans, for the second time today, have entered the red zone. All trips to the red zone sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Ramsey, steady diet of number 4 on this drive, and he'll carry it near the first down. Looks like he'll come up just a little bit short. Pereira kept him short.
And this is the first time we've seen them use a lead blocker for Ramsey, and probably to compensate for the fact that the holes are closing quickly, but if they can get that first block at the line of scrimmage, it might give him a little seam to get through.
Final minute of a rather eventful opening quarter here for the Warriors and the Aurora Spartans. Touchdown each way. Blocked field goal by the Warriors to set up their score, and Mickle gives it to Williams this time. And Williams picks up the first down with plenty. Sterling Williams. They're deep. Pereira, another hit. Another best electric service first down for the Aurora Spartans. You do not have to run another play here in this quarter if they don't want to.
Looks like they're taking their time. Wind isn't an issue at all, so.
It's cloudy, it's drizzly on and off, but no wind. Empty backfield. Under 10 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll see if they snap this football, and they will. And Liam Mickle is flushed, steps up, throws back line of the end zone, and it is incomplete, and zeros on the clock. They will flip fields, and Aurora will have a third down and 10 when we continue. 1 quarter down here in the home finale for the Warriors. We're tied at 7. You're watching People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
At People's State Bank, we think checking accounts are like SUVs, driving your day-to-day finances wherever life takes you. That's why we offer more features to fuel your lifestyle, like mobile wallet and an app for when you're on the go, and debit card security to protect you from hazards like fraud. If you like horsepower, our Super Saver and interest-bearing checking accounts add an extra boost. The best part? You can open an account without leaving your driveway. Just visit bankpeoples.com today.
I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old. I'm grateful for every coach, teammate, and supporter who invested in me. From the first snap to now my final season in college, football taught me how to work hard, serve others, and the importance of protecting what matters. These lessons don't end on the field. They're the foundation of how I serve my clients today. As your trusted independent insurance advisor, I'm committed to providing great coverage, fair pricing, and service you can count on.
7-7, start of the second quarter. Let's check in with Wayne Chevy.
Well, that offensive line keeps changing for WLC. Kevin Trevino, healthy, so back in the lineup at center, which means Marshall Palmer is on to another position. The senior who wasn't projected to play too much this year, now he is in at left guard, helping the Warriors score that touchdown early in the first quarter. Back to you guys.
Yeah, they have been multiple hats that Marshall Palmer has worn this season due to attrition and injury and whatnot, and it's one of the many storylines. And you see that a lot at Division III. A lot of guys got to play a lot of roles as the bodies shuffle in over the course of a long college football season. So it's third down and goal to go from the 7-yard line. Ramsey in at tailback. Liam Mickle, the quarterback, and he'll throw on a slant and touchdown, Aurora Spartans. Timing play, certainly, and it was run to perfection as Ethan Svoboda is able to grab that thing from 7 yards out. Sit Mean Sit Dog Training sponsors the touchdown. For Svoboda, it is his team-leading 6th receiving touchdown of 2025.
Yeah, he did a great job there. Again, they put 3 to the near side. There was no underneath defender to help with, and it was just a quick slant play.
Again, going on Patrick Manning Davis. They have looked to pick on Patrick Manning Davis today, and the PAT with some pressure off the edges is through, and it's 14-7. Aurora has the lead. 65-yard scoring drive for AU, taking 11 plays.
Yeah, you can see there was no underneath defender. And really, that's not, if you're not going to play inside as a corner, that's an easy catch and throw.
Whether business or pleasure brings you to the Milwaukee area, Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa offers an experience for all. The hotel is just minutes from the interstate. Quick drive from downtown provides an abundance of complimentary parking. Tasteful guest rooms provide a home away from home. Over 6,000 square feet of meeting space ready to be transformed for your unique gathering. Staying at Sonesta means a short jaunt to American Family Field, Milwaukee County Zoo, State Fair Park, even right here at Robbie Stadium. Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa, we thank them for their support. They're the home of the Warriors Hall of Fame ceremony earlier this fall. Dunn Sporting Goods sponsors the kickoff. And now the Warriors will look to answer. Carson Kohler is back on to receive. Brett Money, the lefty boot, and Kohler from his 9. And an ankle tackle and a good one out across the 20 near the 22-yard line.
That's pretty impressive when TJ Ramsey is coming off the edge on special teams making the tackle.
So the opening minute of the second quarter. And the Warriors scoring drive last time, 40 yards, 5 plays. Amac, a 24-yard reception from Rico. Warriors moving here now north to south under the cloudy skies. Temperature in the 40s, and Hygis patiently looking for something to develop. And a short gain for Liam Hygis. He has rushed for 19 yards so far here in this opening half.
Really wasn't anything there at all. I mean, the fact that we gained 2 yards is really actually a good run because there wasn't a hole or an opening.
No Jameel Gordon today. Of course, no Emmett Hawkins, lost in game 1 of the season. So the wide receiver core is a little depleted, and this one is incomplete. Looking for Colton McGee, the freshman from Grenada Hills, California. It hit the turf that time. He's one of the names that we might see this afternoon in the absence of Gordon.
And Coach Tresky mentioned earlier in our weekly meeting with him that Rico was very competent on that particular throw with that little curl in that seam.
3rd down and 8. Warriors converting their only 3rd down of the day so far. Near side coming back. Catch is made. Bennett Reeder, the junior from Appleton, with a 1st down catch for the Warriors out near the 35, make it the 36, call it the 37-yard line, why don't you? It's a 13-yard pickup. Mosley on the hit.
And great throw because he got nailed. The quarterback got nailed as soon as that ball was thrown.
Best electric service 1st down for the Warriors. Toss to the far side. The catch, the hit, almost simultaneously it came. My goodness, the hit came from Law, Romello Law.
I think Drew Mears is probably apologizing right now for that tackle because he kind of whiffed on his block.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 3, 15 yards from the end of the
Romello Law, it was a great hit. He just he liked it a little too much, you might say. Again, looking for McGee, and 15-yard penalty. And the Warriors, just like that, at the 49, their own, 1st and 10. Pulls it back. Rico to throw, and he threw it behind his intended man. That's Tywin McKinney. First time they've gone McKinney's way, either as a pass target or as a running back. First time we've seen 44 out there, and the pass was behind him.
You know, when you give that hard fake like he did on that, it takes some time to get the ball back where you want to have it to make that throw, and he was just a little errant on that.
One of the things on Rico, though, he does have good velocity.
Yes, he does. Yep.
He can pitch it. He'll pull it back. Again, toss McGee's way, and it's nearly intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Romello Law was tangled up there with Colin Amack, and he almost picked that one off while engaged with Amack.
Yeah, I had visions of 6 points going the other direction.
Through the hands of McGee up into the air, and fortunately for the Warriors, off the turf. So 3rd down and 10. And the Warriors converting an earlier 3rd down thanks to Bennett Reeder's 13-yard catch. They're 2 for 2 in that department. Trying to keep this drive alive, down by 7. 12:45 to go in the first half. Aurora shows blitz. They back off. Rico has some time, and now as his throw is deflected back into his face, it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that was really a great push on the Aurora defensive line because there were multiple people right there that got their hands up and batted it down.
And so Don Beebe's Spartans come up with a stop near midfield. Meanwhile, Eric Tresky and his sophomore starting quarterback, Josh Rico, on the near sidelines. Williams is back on to receive. The punt, first time we've seen Drew Mears on in punt formation. The Knacks top punter. Averaging over 41 per punt. And a couple of bounces. That'll help the cause, and it'll be deadened inside the 10-yard line. Aurora has it back, leading 14-7 as we check in again with our sideline reporter, Wayne Chevy.
After that last possession, defensive coordinator Steve Donovan very animated, talking about if we're double covering, we got to prevent it from catching the ball. Conversely, it was interesting listening to Nathan Nebat and Layson Handwork, teammates throughout high school and now here with WLC for the last 4 years as seniors, very calmly discussing, hey, what are we going to do? What are we going to do when they stunt, when they pull, and things like that. So great to see those two working together.
Two of the Merritt Island boys from Merritt Island, Florida to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to play college football at WLC. From the 7-yard line. And the Warriors stiffen up and forward progress. It's a loss of about 4, maybe even 5, back to the 2. A big negative play here, and it was Prawley who was at the heart of it.
Really nice play, really nice start. You got to be a little more careful now when you're down on the 2-yard line coming out.
Yeah, Mickle. Not sure if he ever did go down, but Prawley will get credit for the sack, at least on first blush. Another Florida guy from Sarasota, though. So it's 2nd down and 15. And a big hole up the middle, and it's Ramsey that squirts out across the 10. Not sure if the ball may have popped out there for a second, but he's on it. It stays with Aurora. Pretty good carry there out near the 13-yard line. He got near 11 yards. Nathan Nebat on the stop.
I'm telling you, he's got a burst. He's a north and south runner. And the ball did come out.
And a credit to the offensive line up front, because it doesn't seem like he needs a lot of space.
No, right.
But they're giving him some holes through which to run. 3rd down and 4. Aurora 4 out of 6 on 3rd down so far today. And Mickle to throw. Sets up, throws, knocked away, incomplete. Wouldn't you know it? It's Bryant again. My goodness, he's everywhere.
Well, and Coach Donovan is putting those guys on an island. He's playing straight man with a free safety behind, and they are holding up right now. They're doing a nice job.
Perfect timing. Bryant, the ball, and Lucius Dones all converged at once. And the Warriors turn aside Aurora, and now the Spartans will punt for the first time today. Kevin Landa is the punter for AU, averaging just under 35 yards per punt this year. One of the lower marks, as it were, in the NAC. Connor Martin is standing at the midfield stripe, right at the WLC logo. And Landa gets this one away, a short spiral, and it's rattling around. It may have deflected off of Vinton Martin or one of the Warriors, but Vinton Martin was able to fall on it, and Wisconsin Lutheran is going to start this possession, this 3rd possession of the first half, in plus territory at the Aurora 43.
That was close. That could have gone the other direction, but that is a great outcome right here to start where we're at on the field on the 42-yard line.
3 drives, 2 of them starting in Aurora territory.
Yep.
And you see the bounce.
Right there.
It did hit the right knee of Martin, and then he dove back on it to save the possession for the Warriors. That was a live ball. From the 42. Mears and McGee to the right side. Hygis, one of his best runs so far. First down to the 30-yard line on a pickup of a dozen. And Corey Hunter, the safety, the senior safety, with the hit. It's a Best Electric Service first down for the Warriors.
Hygis looks very fresh today. He really looks like he's running with a lot of energy, a lot of freshness.
Well, and you know, Eric Tresky said they think they found a balance right now with Hygis in terms of his reps and Kohler and McKinney, and he's fresh and he's carrying it again, and he's bulldogging his way down to the 20.
Yeah, he's a load. He's a load.
Another first down run, Best Electric Service first down. Warriors at the 20-yard line in the red zone. And Hygis taking them there. Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent representing Auto Owners Insurance. He looks strong. Five minutes gone by here in this second quarter. Again, it's Hygis. Why go away from what's worked? This time, the Aurora Spartans make the hit, but again, he does pick up a yard and a half or two.
Yeah, that was a really nice hit. Asher Hamby coming up from his safety spot did a nice job there, went low. You know, they're smart enough to know you're not going to tackle a 215-pound kid high, and he came in hard.
They gave him a gain of 1. As Rico, number 12, and Hygis, number 11, look back to the sidelines to get the play call in for the Warriors. Rico pulls it back, hit as he throws, and it was short because of that hit. Looking for the tight end, Keith Johnson, across the middle. He couldn't get enough on that throw because of the contact.
And again, the play fake is taking some time with Rico right now, and consequently the defensive line is coming in pretty hot by the time he gets ready to throw the ball.
Warriors have been a good red zone offense this year, scoring 86% of the time. They've broken the 20-yard line. Now a 3rd and 9 from the 18. Four wide receivers, 3 to the left. Rico looking right, and nobody there. Little miscommunication or confusion on who he was looking for. You say Bennett Reeder in the vicinity, maybe not. And now a penalty flag comes in, and is this going to be intentional grounding?
Oh, come on. I'm sorry. That might be the worst call I've seen for a very long time. Oh, my gosh.
I mean.
Are you kidding me?
Well.
Wow.
Again, no, there is no wide receiver in this vicinity.
He wasn't even pressured.
But there has to be a certain amount of pressure, contact,
yeah.
Some sort of intent, right? I don't know.
He was
maybe
thrown where he thought the receiver was going to be. Man, I applaud it, Coach Tresky.
The patience of a saint.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, it's 4th down now because it's a loss of down and the 5-yard penalty. So it's going to be 4th down and 14. Tresky's going to talk this thing over.
Wow.
While they talk it over and huddle up, burning their first time out, we remind you that Dunn Sporting Goods has been the leader in creating custom apparel in the Milwaukee area since 1982. They create T-shirts, team apparel, spirit wear, and more by screen printing, sublimation embroidery, and other innovative ways. The small family business loves to create strong relationships with their customers that keeps them coming back year after year. And with in-house screen printing and embroidery, they are able to keep prices low and turnarounds quick. Dunn Sporting Goods in West Allis, 43 years of creating outstanding apparel. Thanks for their sponsorship this year of all our kickoffs. Our last broadcast of 2025. It's been such a blessing to bring you these games at a production level unmatched in the NAC, and dare I would say, in the country at the Division III level. It's been great to work with the My People creative crew and everybody at My 24. So Tresky elects to try the field goal here. This will be a 40-yarder for Devin Lair. He's 0 for 1 on the season. Trying to connect on his first collegiate field goal. It is away, and it is no good. Pushed it to the left. So with 9:02 to go in the second quarter, Aurora Spartans will take over. And again, that questionable
mysterious
grounding
call.
penalty, intentional grounding penalty against Rico and the Warriors certainly looms large. Those 5 yards, based on the trajectory of that kick, the difference between 3 points or no points.
Well, and when you back it up a little bit, you over-kick, and sometimes that you pull it like he did. And
Warriors forced a punt from Aurora on their last possession. And Mickle puts it into Ramsey's possession. Short gain for Ramsey. Ramsey has carried it 9 times now for 49 yards. Hygis 8 for 45 as we compare the two running backs and the two premier ball carriers. Sam Elke with a hit there on Ramsey. Good to have him back. He is full go. He dealt with a bit of a knee the last few weeks. Kept him out against Lakeland. Kept him out against St. Norbert. Was on a pitch count last week at Eureka and now given the full go clearance. I think Don Beebe wants a timeout here, and he'll take it with 8:21 to go in the second quarter. Aurora Spartans leading this one at 14-7. And Dennis, we look at some of the numbers in this ball game. In the Spartans category, 140 yards total to the Warriors 77. Rushing yards, 56-43 favoring Aurora. Passing yards, 84-34 favoring Aurora. And the difference right now in this ball game is that deflected interception that Aurora was able to capitalize on the subsequent drive. That's the difference in the game.
Yeah, it is. And at this point, I'm really pleased with what the defense is doing in terms of slowing this team down. You know, remember at the outset we said the top scoring team in the NAC, and right now they're earning any yards they get.
Averaging 40 points per game, the Spartans on offense. 450-plus yards per game. 2nd and 9, and Mickle sprinting and tosses it into his sidelines.
I think if you look at the replay here, you're going to see that they probably missed a hold on Prawley on the left side of the line. It was, to me, it was pretty blatant, but they got by with it.
3rd down and 9. And again, this Steve Donovan defensive coordinated side of the ball for the Warriors, trying for another stop. Aurora 4 of 7 on 3rd downs, and another 3rd and long. Dones goes in motion from left to right. He'll get the pass out of the backfield, gets a block, and then with a penalty flag, 2 of them coming in, he scampers his way for a 1st down, but as we said, with Nevad on the tackle.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Yeah, Layson Handwork took the brunt of that hit.
Block in the back.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block. Offense, number 82. 15, after this is the goal. 3rd down.
Tyler Bruckner, the wide receiver out there, trying to block in that case for Dones. 82 coming right here in the back of Handwork. And now there's a Warrior down. Can't quite make out that number just yet. There it is. Yep, it's Elke.
Sam Elke.
And again, Gillen with a knee. You see that brace on his right knee. That wasn't the case prior to the injury a few weeks back. And he's helped off now to the near sidelines. Enrolled in WLC last year, didn't play football, had concussions in high school. You saw Andre Daniel, the trainer, just point to his head as if it might be a possible concussion for Elke as he walks off to the home sidelines. That's what he dealt with in high school. That's why he didn't play football last year. Played this year and has made a remarkable impact. He'll go to the tent.
Yeah,
and
they'll
go
check
through
him
the
out.
testing for that.
And Andre's as good as there anybody out there. So
half the distance penalty, so it's 3rd down and 21 for Mickle and company. Warriors trying to pin them deep and force another punt. And Mickle with a penalty flag, could be a hold. Launches it near sidelines, and it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Svoboda right in front of the Warriors coaching staff. It's going to go against Aurora for the hold.
Holding, offense, number 76. Penalties decline.
And they'll take the 4th down, and they'll force another punt. So 2 straight punts for the Aurora offense.
And based on the last punt, we're going to get very good field position.
And Connor Martin. He's already fielded one or been set up to field one near midfield. He's a Going to step right to the midfield stripe again. Possibility here for the Warriors to start a third drive inside Aurora territory from the end zone. Landa got it blocked. It's loose in the end zone. It's picked up by the Warriors. It's a special team score for Wisconsin Lutheran College.
Yeah.
Malik Gordon, one of the seniors on senior day, gets the touchdown.
What a great play.
I think it was Nevad who broke through. Yep, number 10, the senior Nevad with the block. His fellow veteran Gordon with the recovery in the end zone. And they're a PAT away from tying it. A block field goal and now a block punt for Wisconsin Lutheran. We're tied at 14. You want to pull off an upset, you got to do some special things. Warriors are doing some special things on special teams. Nevad with the right hand, and it ricocheted right into the breadbasket of Malik Gordon. And with that play right there, the Warriors have tied up the Aurora Spartans with 7:40 to go. And Eric Tresky's special teams have been very much so.
And psychologically, the game has changed right now. I think the Warriors came in with good confidence, but I'm telling you what, right now it is off the chart. They feel very good about what they're doing. Defensively, they're stopping them on a regular basis. Offensively, we've moved the football. Hygis is running well. There's a lot of confidence right now in this Warriors football team.
Nate Nevad, who's missed the last couple of weeks with a groin injury. Not sure he's 100% or close to it, but he wanted to go on senior day, and boy, did he look 100% there. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff follows the sit, mean, sit dog training touchdown. You got to get all the sponsors in when you get a block kick and a touchdown and all kinds of things comes flying at you.
Who's the block kick sponsor? That's
next year.
Next year, okay.
That's your assignment.
Right.
I need you to go out during the offseason and sell block kicks. This is Ramsey. Dangerous return man, obviously. And he's ripped down. Actually, not ripped down yet. Boy, my goodness, showing some strength with a penalty flag back there. Showing some strength out across the 30-yard line. We'll check the laundry.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that you described it really well. We have a Warrior down, too, looks like.
Well, now they picked it up. Maybe it wasn't a flag. Maybe it was just a towel or something like
down
that.
There, but
anyway, for the Warriors, it's Sean Janan who is down, the sophomore from Claremont, Florida, and he'll be checked out. Looking at that left knee or so. But Dennis, you look at statistics right now, and Aurora not dominating in all the major categories, but leading in all those major offensive categories. And you see the scoreboard, and well, that's what happens when you block a field goal and you get a short field, score a touchdown. Then you block a punt, and you cradle it in the end zone, and next thing you know, you're tied up. That's how you do it if you're not able to win those categories.
They have the stats out there, the number of times that you win a football game when you block a kick, and very high. So the fact that we've done that twice really puts us in an enviable position. Again, we got to build on this momentum because there's a lot of it going right now.
Other action going on today as they continue to look at Yanane. Rockford is at Concordia, Wisconsin. It is 7-0 CUW as they close out the first quarter. Last check. Benedictine is at St. Norbert. They were 7-7 after one. And Lakeland, no problem at home with Concordia, Chicago, 20-0. Make it 27-0 now in the second quarter. As Sean Janan is helped off and looks like a left leg, left knee injury or so. But back to the standings and the scores, Dennis. Concordia, Wisconsin, 6-0. They've got a bye next week, and then they finish with Eureka. They, with a win today, would clinch at least a share of a regular season title A win today gives them the playoff berth because then they would have any tiebreaker with anybody that could tie them in a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
Give credit to the Falcons. We saw them at the beginning of conference play, and they've only gotten better since they beat the Warriors with a last-minute score.
They've figured out how to win.
1st and 10 from the 33. And Liam Mickle scampering, throwing, and a diving catch is made near the first down marker. I think they'll move the chains thanks to Bruckner's diving reception.
And he had so much time in the pocket that he is going to find somebody open. We're playing a zone look on that particular play, and somebody's going to come open on that.
Best Electric Service first down. Probably the most time that Mickle has had to throw in this game so far. From the 44. And Mickle keeps it himself. RPO, and he elected to keep and forges his way to the midfield stripe before Anthony Hill meets him. It's a gain of 6 on the play.
You know, he's done a nice job as a senior quarterback. He's handled the ball well. He's run effectively when they've run that speed option and really does a nice job at spinning the football.
6th game for Mickle this year. Became the starter when Tyler Atkins was dismissed from the program earlier this year. 2nd down and 3. And Ramsey.
Oh, boy.
Fortunately for the Warriors, he stumbled, did pick up a first down, but it could have been a lot worse if he doesn't trip himself up. He gets to the 45 and another Best Electric Service first down.
Yeah, I saw that before he tripped. I thought, uh-oh, he's off to the races, but
he's going to take himself out of the ball game now. He was doubled over for a moment. There was a foot there, a lineman's foot that he tripped over. Jogs off to the far sidelines. Fresh set of downs now for the Aurora Spartans, trying to answer the Warriors' special teams score. This is Williams. Not bad in the backup department, I would say, as he rumbles his way down inside the 25-yard line. A pickup of 21 yards. Connor Martin made the hit for Wisconsin Lutheran. It's a good 1-2 punch.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ramsey and Williams.
Yep.
Similar builds, too.
Yeah, they are. Quick feet and north and south guys.
Straight eye backfield here. And again, it's Williams. Warriors ready for him this time, that's for sure.
Again, we're putting people in the box because we're playing man on the edges. We should have good success in stopping the run.
Handwork and Amaya slowing him up, taking him down. Under 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Coming up at halftime. Had a chance to sit down and talk with senior quarterback Nate Griffith earlier this week, and we discussed that scary injury he suffered last week. You're going to get to know Nate Griffith during our interview, so stick around for that at halftime. 2nd down and 10 from the 23-yard line, and Mickle again with time here, and he's flushed. He's got some room to run. He's going to slide shy of the first down. May have given himself up a couple yards earlier than he had to. He does enter the red zone. It's sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent, representing Auto Owners Insurance. They're going to mark it down at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, I thought he had a couple more that he maybe could have gotten on that one, but
it's important to point out that they'll always mark you down where you go into your slide,
yep.
not where you finish or where you first make contact. It's kind of where you first give yourself up. Warriors will take it. It's 3rd down and 3, maybe closer to 4. Ramsey back in there. And rumbling his way to the goal line, he is in. From 16 yards out, a sit-mean-sit dog training touchdown. He had been out in the last, 3 snaps. He's back in, and he scores. And for T.J. Ramsey, his 12th rushing touchdown of the season.
Again, he's just got a burst. Right there.
And then running through a couple of tackles, taking some Warriors across the goal line, and Aurora has answered. Money trying to give his team a 7-point lead. And he gets it across. Aurora 7 plays, 67 yards.
Almost looked like that even may have been tipped.
Again, we look at T.J. Ramsey and his 12th rushing touchdown of the season.
The receivers on those plays are doing a nice job at getting well inside to get their hands on the safety. I think that might be part of the reason they've had good success on that run right straight up the middle, because the safeties are not able to come down and make the play.
Spartans had been forced to punt on their prior 2 possessions before that 67-yard scoring drive. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff coming with Kohler back at his 5. And the Warriors, 3:50 to go in the half. You've got 2 timeouts. You have the 2-minute timeout, of course. So certainly this sets up for the Warriors to possibly get some points here going to the locker room.
Two stoppages and the 2-minute timeout. That's a lot of time on the clock.
And penalty flag comes in. Looks like this is going to go against Aurora. Let's see if Kohler can do something with it. Nope. Strung down at the 20-yard line. Might have him re-kick this thing.
Yeah, I would think so.
Fifth penalty of the first half against the Aurora Spartans. Tim Duffy will tell us about it. And he's looking for Eric Tresky to ask Coach Tresky, what do you want to do here?
He's only going to gain 5 yards, I think.
And I think they're going to have him re-kick.
Yep.
Offside, kicking team, number 6. That 5-yard leaders, and we will re-kick.
Okay.
What did he say?
We'll just re-kick.
Yeah, I got it. I figured it.
So they'll send Carson Kohler right back out there. So let's see if Carson can get it past the 20-yard line. That's where the play would have started without the penalty. Anything beyond the 20 here, and you figure it was a pretty profitable decision.
It was kind of a line drive kick. I was surprised that actually we didn't get more on it, but he had a hard time coming up on it and catching it.
After today, the Warriors have 2 road games at Rockford and at Benedictine. Aurora home to St. Norbert, and then at CUC to close out the 2025 season. And everybody, as we said earlier, is chasing Concordia, Wisconsin. Might be playing for second place at this point. All right, Carson, let's try it from the 10 here. Well, there's the 20, and now working out to the 25, and so the penalty got them an extra 5 yards and got them an extra 5 on the return as well, and the Warriors will begin with 3:35 to go in the second quarter at their own 25-yard line. Wisconsin Lutheran getting a Colin Amack 24-yard touchdown catch from Josh Rico in the first quarter. And then a Nathan Nevad blocked punt that ricocheted into the belly of Malik Gordon in the end zone for a special teams score. That's what the Warriors have gotten their 2 touchdowns today. McKinney in at tailback for the first time. He's hit in the backfield trying to pull his way out of that ankle tackle. May have lost a shoe in the process. And if not, more power to him, but he's stood up for no gain. Joe Pettit for the Aurora Spartans defense. Yeah.
There was someone just immediately through the line. Oh, right there. Okay. We missed the block on the inside rush at the left tackle spot.
That was J.P. Cheney. No surprise there. The first team All-MAC defensive lineman. Second in the conference in tackles for loss, coming in with 12.5. Second and 11. Rico lobs one down the seam, looking for his intended target, Reeder, and it's knocked away incomplete. Shane McKenty deflected it out of there. He was one-on-one in coverage.
There looked like a fair amount of contact on that. If they would have thrown it, I wouldn't have been surprised.
That left hand got in there and deflected it away. So just like that, for the Warriors now, 3rd down and 11. This is only their 5th 3rd down attempt of this first half. And Rico steps up, throws far sidelines, leaping catch is made. Drew Mears pulls it down to the 39. It's a gain of 15 for the Warriors.
I tell you, I love to watch wide receivers go up in the air with 2 hands and just take the ball. Not wait for it to come into their body, just go take the ball. Great job, Drew Mears.
Great hand strength as well by Drew Mears. Of course, the all-conference punter as well. 1st and 10, a Warriors 3rd down conversion. Carson Kohler gets his first carry of the day, and he'll take it up to the 40-yard line. He picked up a couple. And Carson Kohler has found himself in the center of some important plays in the last couple of weeks. He ran some Wildcat last week down at Eureka. He's a very dynamic offensive weapon.
He is, and I expect at some point, here's a 2-minute timeout, I expect at some point they may end up trying that Wildcat.
2-minute timeout, sponsored by Today's Dentistry. 21-14 Aurora. We're back in a moment. This is People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
All right, Tim, I got all your policies here.
Okay, nice. But what if...
Covered.
Nice. But what if...
All set.
But what if...
Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense.
Nice.
Ask Insurance Producers Network in southeastern Wisconsin if auto owners make sense for you.
The electrical system in your home may not be keeping up. If things aren't working like they're supposed to, don't wait until it's a catastrophe.
That's it.
We're calling Best Electric.
Best Electric can handle any residential job, big or small. All estimates are up front and even include financing options. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
Well, we just mentioned it before the break that Carson Kohler's played some Wildcat. And this time the Wildcat is ripped down back near the 36-yard line. It's a loss of a few here, as it was J.P. Cheney who snuffed it out. Yeah, Kohler, in fact, was the Wildcat quarterback on a scoring drive last week. Timeout, Aurora, as the Warriors face 3rd down and 12. Don Beebe, trying to save some time for his offense, takes their second timeout. 1:37 remaining before halftime.
Yeah, he wants the ball back again to see what he can do with his passing game here at the end of the half.
Again, coming up at halftime, our senior spotlight is with senior quarterback Nate Griffith. Talk what he went through last week, talk about his recovery. He has faced a lot of adversity as well, not just this year. Remember, he's come back from injury a couple of times this year. Lost the starting job.
That's kind of what I was referring to as far as being a senior. Mm-hmm. All the things that he had to overcome, even to be at this spot at this time of year in his senior. And, he had early injuries when he was here, and he's really battled through it all and really done a nice job.
Freshman year, Griffith, starting quarterback, 2022, gets hurt after 4 games. Comes back but isn't the starter after that. Then in 23, goes into that season thinking, all right, I'll be the guy, goes into that summer. Well, lo and behold, Bryce Barbian, a transfer, comes in from UW-Whitewater.
Yep.
One of the best quarterbacks the Warriors have ever had the last 2 years. And then this year, lost the job out of camp, then gets it, but then injured a couple of times. I mean, it's adversity.
It is.
Upon adversity. Warriors a little adversity here. 3rd down and 12. Rico back out there at quarterback. Josh takes the snap. Cheney rushing. Now he's flushed. Rico reversing course, gets away from Cheney, lost the football. It's up for grabs, and the Spartans have picked it up at the 36-yard line. Yeah, you weren't sure if Josh Rico was going to get out of there with a magical run or if the Aurora Spartans were going to tackle him for a big loss, and in the end, the Spartans get the stop. It's the second takeaway. It was Hellinger who picked it up as Rico almost got out of it to make something happen.
Yeah, he did. But unfortunately, this is just exactly what you can't have happen. Just, again, with this time in the half, to give this kind of field position over is a tough one. Now the defense has to buck up again and keep them out of the end zone.
Hellinger came up with it. It looked like Ty Hopp made the initial hit. And so for the Spartans now, they've got one timeout left in 1:26 on the clock. And they're starting at the Warrior 36, and Mickle, pump fake, pulls it back, now throws it away into the far sidelines. And an important spot here for this defense of the Warriors. They're in a bind right now. They've been put in a bind, but if they can find a way to hold Aurora, maybe even just a field goal attempt when it's all said and done, you'd take that as some sort of victory.
Oh, you really would. It'd be the second time today that they've gotten put into a situation because of a turnover in a bad field position.
Empty backfield on 2nd down and 10. And Mickle has time, coming back and dropping that one was Ethan Svoboda. Sam Schmidt in coverage. Should point out that Schmidt is in there because Elke left with what looked like initial indications of a possible concussion, and so far Schmidt has played pretty well in his absence.
That was really a nice play. Really recovered quickly and got his hands in there and knocked the ball out.
So it's 3rd down and 10, and again this crowd is trying to urge on this defense. His defense has been solid overall against a potent offense, and here's Mickle on the keeper. Liam Mickle inside the 5. Near the pylon for a touchdown of 36 yards. His second touchdown on the ground in this first half, and he found his way all the way to the pylon. And the Spartans lead 27-14.
That was really a QB draw all the way. I mean, a lot of window dressing with the wide receivers and everything, but did a nice job there.
Spartans have scored touchdowns off both Warriors' turnovers. And Liam Mickle, with his legs that time, 3rd, make it 4th rushing touchdown of the season, 2nd of the half. 65 seconds left, and the Spartans, as they so often do, make you pay. 28-14 now is the score. Sit Mean Sit Dog Training sponsors all the touchdowns, both sides, all season long.
You know, halftime is probably coming. Here again, you get a chance to see the run, and again, does a nice job. Halftime is probably coming at a good time because right now I know mentally the Warriors are down a little bit just because of that turnover, touchdown, and go from being right where you want to be to being behind the 8 ball a little bit. So a good time to, finish out the half strong here. We'll see what they're going to do offensively, but then go inside and regroup and then just refocus on the idea that we played a really good half of football, save for about 2 or 3 plays that got us into trouble.
This was a 7-7 game after the first quarter. Warriors trailed 14-7, got a blocked punt in the end zone to tie it at 14, and now the Spartans have answered with back-to-back scores. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff upcoming. Back-to-back scores to lead it by 14. Warriors have 2 timeouts. Let's see if they can do something with it. It'll start with the Carson Kohler return. And he may be able to find something here out across the 30 near the 33-yard line before he is stood up and pushed into the Aurora sidelines. So a pretty nice return for Carson Kohler. And Wisconsin Lutheran's offense trying to make something happen here with under a minute.
And we'll see what Coach Tresky chooses to do. A lot of time in this situation with 2 timeouts, minute left on the clock. You try to see if you can get something big on the first play to try to jumpstart a kind of a hurry-up offense, but we'll see what he has in mind here.
Rico is 4 out of 11 for 48 yards, a 24-yard touchdown strike, and an interception off a deflection. And the toss to Colton McGee, and in space, McGee kind of playing that Jamil Gordon role today to the 35-yard line. Clock continues to run. Joe Holohan on the stop.
I think you can tell, I think the plan maybe is to just get into the half and regroup. That doesn't seem to be any urgency offensively right now.
2nd down and 8. Trips to the left. Rico picks it up. Now he's going to launch. He's got an open man. It's Drew Mears inside the 45 of the Aurora Spartans. And Tresky with a timeout, 15 seconds to go. And maybe they will find something here. In business, the best electric service. First down, Mason Hulbert, after a botched snap, made the stop at an open Drew Mears.
And how often you see that, a botched snap, ball's on the ground, everybody kind of momentarily eases up, and you find a wide receiver all by himself on the sideline. We got an opportunity here now on the 44-yard line, 15 seconds, 2 timeouts left, or I guess 1 timeout left. Still some things that can happen.
What looked like a possible just take it to the locker room down 28-14 has turned into an opportunity for the Warriors to do something here. Rico and Drew Mears able to connect.
You know, they need about 20 yards to put themselves in a field goal try.
Warriors tried a 40-yard field goal earlier in this half. It was wide left. Devin Lair missing that one. Warriors have not converted a field goal all season, only 0 for 2. It's not been a big part of what they've done offensively this year, but it might be before we see zeros on that clock. 1st down and 10, and Amac in motion. And Rico steps up, now gets rid of it, and that's going to be a sack. They say that his knee hit the turf back near midfield. Cheney with the stop. Warriors do have a timeout yet in their pocket, and Tresky will take it with 3 seconds, allowing themselves one final play of this first half.
Yeah, and, you know, we'll see what they have in mind. Probably a long Hail Mary kind of a play. We know that they work on that every week, the last second play, so we'll see what they have in mind here.
It's officially the 2nd sack for J.P. Cheney, now up to 8.5 sacks on the season.
Yeah, he's a load. I mean, he's 6 feet, 225 pounds, and just a physical player. He's gotten that inside rush on a couple of different occasions that really have put pressure on the quarterback almost immediately after the snap.
Josh Rico getting his first start at Wisconsin Lutheran. 6 for 13, 71 yards. His long was the 24-yarder to Amac for that touchdown in the first quarter. Hail Mary time?
Yeah, I think Hail Mary time.
1 year ago,
yes,
Warriors, Aurora hit a Hail Mary at the end of the first half. Now, they were going to the north end zone. That was Barbie and the Hawkins.
Right.
Might we see history repeat itself here? It's what the Warriors are hoping after they did it in 2024. And let's see if they get a Hail Mary at the end of the half here in 2025. You've got targets out there, and Rico straight back in the pocket. Now steps up, and the lefty's going to launch it. Not sure if this is going to get deep enough, although it will, and it's incomplete. Well, they had some bodies down there. They had some hands down there. Drew Mears was down there.
That was over a 50-yard throw. That was like 55-yard throw.
Almost,
very much.
Almost identical to the Hail Mary from last year.
Exciting end of the half.
To the other end zone. He got a lot on it. Shame on me for doubting it would get there. and give some
close.
credit to Asher Hamby, who's kind of stepped in front and deflected it away from Drew Mears, but the Warriors almost did convert. Almost. 28-14. Let's check in with the coach, Eric Tresky. He's alongside Wayne.
Special teams have been special. Talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, we said that was going to be one of the difference makers in the game, was being able to separate. The punt block for a touchdown was huge. I know Coach Donovan does a great job with that group and said they felt like they might get one, and they did. So, yeah, big play.
Rico with his first start, how do you think he's playing?
Solid. He's done some nice things. Obviously, I love the pop pass. He's had a couple nice throws on third down. We missed some things, that we practice throughout the week. That's our next step, is being consistent. I think it's his first start. There's a lot of excitement, right? We got to get him to slow it down. I told him to use the clock, right? We're not in a rush. The last series, I allowed them to get one more shot at the end zone. That was a little frustrating. We can't turn the ball over, but we're going to learn. We're going to be better. We're going to have a good half coming out.
Adjustment, what's the big thing you want to work on?
We got to be able to throw the ball more consistently, right? We have things that we like game plan wise. We have to execute. Like how we're running the football, like how we're playing on defense. Got to win critical downs.
Best of skill in the second half, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Wayne. Thank you, Coach Tresky. As the Warriors will go to the break, seeing Aurora score 14 unanswered after we were tied at 14. 28-14 is the score. Halftime show comes your way in a couple of moments. Stick with us, as we'll have a senior spotlight conversation with senior quarterback, the captain, Nate Griffith. Great one-on-one with Griff coming up in just a few moments. You're watching People's State Bank coverage of WLC Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
The Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, a collection of 14 private colleges and universities, is proud to be one of the premier NCAA Division III conferences in the Midwest. Our mission is simple but powerful: to put students first, support their academic and athletic success, and prepare them for life beyond college. The NAC is a model for what college athletics should be: competitive, balanced, and student-centered. We are proud of our past, excited about our future, and most of all, proud of the student athletes who make the NAC a launch point for future leaders.
I'm ready for the sermon. Every chance I get, I gotta make it back to service. I'm just trying to listen to the preacher, but here come the deacon who be asking for a feature.
This isn't just another college.
If you are looking for a university where the professors care about you, you can meet friends who have the same values as you, and you're going to be in a super fun area with a ton of student activities and fun stuff to do, then you want to go to WLC.
This is a place where you'll engage in Christ-centered academics and student life experiences that activate your potential.
Learning here at WLC is incredibly hands-on learning. You get a bunch of different experiences.
You can really balance academics with athletics or fine arts or any extracurriculars.
I don't think a single student here graduates without thinking that they are a Christian leader. You get everything when you come here. You get a wonderful community of people, and you get endless opportunities.
WLC initially was just a college for me, but now it's a home.
Your greatest adventure starts here. Visit WLC.edu/purpose to learn more.
And we welcome you inside our Warriors halftime programming. We'll have a look back at the first half, throw some numbers your way in just a couple of minutes. But first, our senior spotlight, our final senior spotlight, and this is our final broadcast, is with the senior quarterback, Nate Griffith, who joins us. And Griff, let's just start with the obvious thing. The last time before today, the last time we saw you was last Saturday night at Eureka after a really ugly hit in the second half that had you stretchered off. What's the latest? Obviously, you're feeling good enough to sit here with us, but man, that was a scary sight on Saturday night. How are you, first and foremost? How you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel symptom-free from concussion, kind of just taking it day by day. Trying to be cautious, going through the return to play protocol, but good enough to go through like the normal day-to-day, like going to class, doing homework, and stuff like that. But,
right. What do you remember of that play, and then the hours afterward?
Actually, after I woke up from the hit, I remembered the exact play, where we were at the field, how much time was left on the clock.
They were testing you right
there.
there.
Yeah, what quarter it was. So I remembered everything about the play, and then I just remembered having to get stretchered off, being in the back of the ambulance, driving to Peoria, and then just being in the hospital room for about 2 hours just to make sure I didn't develop any serious symptoms. And then I was able to go back home on a 3.5-hour van ride with Winkler and Andrew. So.
Okay. I mean, you're look at the smile on your face. You're smiling as you tell that story. It speaks, I think, to your character, your persona. Coach Tresky has talked about that all season long. You're a very resilient young man, and it stems not just from coming back from last Saturday's injury, but you look back at your entire career. Where does that resiliency come from? You always been like that?
I would say, honestly, I haven't always been like that, but I just think, just as I've matured and gotten older, I've just realized, you can only control so much, and it's more about how you control like your attitude and emotions after something happens. And just I've had a lot of good teammates and a lot of good coaches just to help me become a better man and just mature. Like as Tresky says, it's not always good as it seems. It's not always as bad as it seems. So just taking it day by day and just trying to do what I do.
Was that always the case? I mean, you faced adversity with a couple of really tough injuries this season, but adversity earlier in your career when you were a starter, an injury your freshman year, a transfer quarterback wins the job your sophomore year, so you have to watch from the sidelines again. Have you always been this way, this mindset?
I would say my freshman and sophomore year, I probably wasn't. I think I was still maturing as a person. Kind of my identity was tied with just being a football player. But I think as I've become like a junior and senior, I've just kind of like taken a step back from it, and I was just like, football's something I get to do. It's not who I am. So it's just trying to help other people out and just play my role. So yeah.
Well, one of the roles you've played brilliantly is as a captain, as a leader, on and off the field. What type of leader are you? What are your characteristics that make you an effective leader of this program, of this team?
I would say I'm not really like a hype up, like emotional leader. I would say I'm more of like a logical leader. Like I'm trying to like teach younger guys just like the game of football. Just trying to keep them level-headed, trying to keep like almost the emotions like pretty even, especially like on Saturdays, but especially like Monday through Friday, I sort of like lead like in the film room and on the practice field. Just trying to help out younger guys see football the way I see it and just try and help them be the best they can be.
I'd be remiss off that answer if I don't ask, the relationship with freshman quarterback like Quincy Reams, like Josh Rico. I mean, on the one hand, in training camp, you guys are battling for the starting job. And Quincy Reams won that job out of camp. What is that dynamic like where you're competitors, but you're teammates, and you're clearly a mentor? So how would you describe that?
Yeah, it's definitely finding like a healthy balance. I've been in my freshman year, I was in quarterback room where it was sort of the same thing. You had a lot of guys who were trying to compete but teach each other. It's just like a nice, healthy balance. And I was transparent from day one, like, I'm going to help you guys as much as I possibly can. Like, I'm done after this year. You guys are the future.
You said that to them.
Yeah, it's not like about me, so I'm going to help you guys become the best possible player that you guys can be. So, yeah.
Who mentored you? Like, you're clearly a mentor to these young guys now, but go back to that freshman, sophomore year. Who was your go-to guy?
Yeah, I actually had a couple. So I had like Nathan Laborde, Elijah Chevy, Matthew Davis. Those QB meetings were really fun. Just bouncing ideas off of each other and just learning the game together. So yeah.
You're a finance major here at Wisconsin Lutheran. You're one of the seniors being honored today on Senior Day 2025. What are your post-WLC graduation plans? Where do you want to go here in the real world?
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure that out. I obviously do love finance. Like, it's the thing I've been studying for the past 4 years. So I think the corporate world could be really nice, but I've also started thinking about more so the coaching world in the past few months, whether that's being a GA or, find some other kind of role. But I think that could definitely be another possible future with just like the passion I have for the preparation and just the process of football. So, yeah.
Coach has told you that, right?
Yeah.
You've heard that from this coaching staff that, hey, this coaching thing might be in your future, right?
Definitely.
All right. Nate Griffith, senior quarterback from Brighton, Colorado. First and foremost, we're glad to see you in good spirits, in good health after last weekend, and we wish you all the best, and maybe you'll be around a little while longer in a different capacity. We never know.
Yep,
Griff, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll continue with more of our halftime programming after this timeout.
When it comes to electrical work for your home, don't settle for fine. You deserve the best with Best Electric. From replacing an outlet to large-scale renovations and everything in between, there's no job too big or too small. And Best Electric offers upfront estimates and financing options. We're a family business that's been taking care of your family for over 50 years. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
We celebrate the athletes, the buzzer beaters, the record breakers, the wins. Now, it's time to celebrate the people behind it all, the advice givers, the community shapers, the game changers, the life changers. It's time to celebrate our coaches. Join all of us at BSN Sports and show your coach some love by sharing their story with #ThankYouCoach.
Back at historic Robbie Stadium, where the rain has stopped for the time being. There's a little sunlight trying to peek through on the Robbie Stadium turf. It is a 28-14 Aurora lead over the Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors. It's been an entertaining first half. Some key turnovers, some key special teams plays. And for Wisconsin Lutheran, they find themselves down by 14 here at the break. Couple of touchdown runs for the starting quarterback, Liam Mickle, including that one from short yardage situations. This was the first turnover off a deflection. In and out of the hands of Mears. Ty Hop the takeaway, and the Spartans eventually score off that one. However, the Warriors special teams coming up with the block of the field goal attempt by Brett Money. And that would lead to the Josh Rico toss down the seam on senior day. It's the senior Colin Amack. And we were knotted up at that point at 7 apiece as Rico to Amack for the score. Aurora has had the answer, however, as that time Mickle was able to hit Ethan Svoboda for his 6th touchdown. Nathan Nevad, another Warriors senior, with the block punt. Recovered by senior Malik Gordon. That tied it at 14, but the Spartans with 2 scores since, including this guy, TJ Ramsey. 69 first half rushing yards and that touchdown for Ramsey. Rico then fumbling it here in the waning moments of the first half after trying to scramble out of a sack attempt. Aurora would recover off the second takeaway of the first half, and then Mickle would scamper in from 36 yards out. As I said, he has 2 rushing touchdowns. He's got 52 net rushing yards, and he deserves to celebrate as he has shown off with his feet, done enough with his arm. We look at some first half statistics in this game. Aurora leading in just about every major category, including that total yards, 243 to 106. The turnovers for the Warriors, they've actually got a couple. They had the fumble by Rico, the interception, Aurora the blocked punt. And again, it's the special teams plays by the Warriors that have kind of neutralized Aurora up until those last 2 scores. And so it's 28 to 14. Warriors have needed every bit of special out of the special teams. And now we'll see in the second half of the offense can pick up what the special teams has given them. The defense has had some good stops as well, and the Warriors find themselves in a 2-score game deficit as we get ready for half number 2. And we'll continue with more from historic Robbie Stadium. So glad you could join us. Our final broadcast for the Warriors' final home game of 2025. People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
The world is changing in powerful ways. You deserve an education that helps you meet the moment. Wisconsin Lutheran College. An academic and faith experience embedded in a close-knit community that activates your potential. Preparing you for life's critical moments so you can step into your unique purpose as a bold Christian leader. Take the first step at wlc.edu/purpose.
28-14, Aurora has the lead on Wisconsin Lutheran. 3 other games going on today in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. Also at halftime, Concordia, Wisconsin, 21-0, leading home against Rockford. A win for the Falcons today, and they would clinch at least a share of the championship and the playoff berth for the NAC. It is 14-10, Benedictine leading at halftime at St. Norbert. It's all Lakeland, 34-7, halftime at home to Concordia Chicago as the Warriors work their way back out onto the field. We turn to the former head coach of the Warriors, the Hall of Famer Dennis Miller. Coach, your thoughts? Aurora certainly stole some momentum there in the waning moments, last couple of minutes of the first half. For Wisconsin Lutheran, what would have been the message if you were the coach addressing the team in that locker room?
Well, I think the first part of the message would be that don't focus on the last 2 or 3 minutes of the half that really changed the trajectory of this game. Early on, and for most of the first half, it was a very good football game being played by the way we wanted to play it. We had a couple of huge special teams plays. Defensively, I think, honestly, for the most part, if you were going to give our defense a grade, you'd give it a very high grade, because other than a couple of gash plays, they've done a great job at taking care of the run for sure. And then the passing game, we've had many deflections. We've been able to play man-to-man on them, which is always a little dicey when you're going to do that, but we've done a great job with that. So I think the message is just get back, flush that last few minutes of the first half and just get back to what you're doing. And we're going to have to make some plays offensively. I think one thing for sure is that the offensive line is going to have to do a good job at giving Rico time back there to get the ball off. I mean, like we mentioned earlier in the game, with the play fakes that are going on with RPOs and that sort of thing, it's taken him a little time to deliver the football. So he's going to need some time by the offensive line doing a great job up front to give him a chance. But, again, I like our opportunities against this group.
You mentioned the defense. Landon Bryant, 6 tackles, including 1 for a loss. 6 also for Jalen Pereira to lead the D in that first half for Wisconsin Lutheran College. 28-14 is our halftime score. We'll take our last time out of the halftime show. We'll come back. We'll check in with Wayne Chevy down on the field, and we'll get the second half going from Robbie Stadium. Back in a moment.
Drive, discipline, passion, determination, focus, sacrifice, effort. The years on the football field have given me more than just wins. They've taught me values that are now at the heart of Legacy Insurance Group. At Legacy Insurance, dedication, hard work, and honor become real protection for families and businesses across Wisconsin. Legacy Insurance Group, driven to protect your future.
Banking and credit go hand in hand. So why are most bank and credit management apps separate? They don't have to be when you choose the People's State Bank app with built-in My Credit Manager. One app gives you total financial control to build your savings, check balances, even work on raising that credit score. So when it comes to banking and credit, choose the app that does it all. Visit bankpeoples.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A few moments away from starting our second half, and before we start the second half, we like to check in with Wayne Chevy, a halftime report. Go ahead, Wayne.
I talked to Coach Don. He obviously was disappointed with one of the biggest momentum changers in the game is a block punt for a touchdown. It was interesting that the offense needed to be a little more patient, which I don't quite know what that means. They were able to put up points, but he was really speaking highly of his defense, obviously, controlling the line of scrimmage, limiting the offense for WLC. One other thing to note, Sam Elke was injured earlier in the game, and he will not return in the second half. Back to you.
Okay, Wayne, thanks. Looked like Elke was being checked out for a concussion, so that's something obviously he's battled with in his high school career. Sam Schmidt came on and played pretty well in the second quarter in his stead. Warriors to receive the opening second half kickoff, and it would do them good to get something out of this opening drive.
Yeah, again, that would maybe swing the momentum back to where it was earlier in the game in the first half.
Low squib kick, and that hits one of the Warriors there, and ricochets out of bounds. And so Wisconsin Lutheran's going to start this drive at the 27-28-yard line. Again, first half numbers, Warriors outgained overall 243 to 106. Aurora 95 to 71 in passing yards. Rushing 148-35 Aurora. And for Wisconsin Lutheran, Josh Rico, 6 out of 14, a 24-yard touchdown pass. Also was intercepted off a deflection. That wasn't completely his fault, certainly. Amac, the man in motion. And Liam Hygis, who was the Warriors' leading rusher in that first half, lost his footing for a moment, is still able to squirt his way out for a gain of 3 or 4 yards. Liam with 8 rushes, 45 yards. That's an average of 5.6 per carry for the reigning freshman of the year in the NAC.
And I'm guessing, despite the score, I'm guessing that Coach Tresky wants to give him the rock a few more times this second half.
Second down and 6 as the sun peeks out again above Robbie Stadium, and Hygis does indeed get the rock. Short gain for Hygis. Aurora side of the ledger. Cameron Council led him in the first half with 4 tackles. J.P. Cheney, a couple of tackles for loss and a sack officially. Misspoke in that first half saying he had 2. He officially had 1 sack in that first half for one of the top linemen in the NAC. Third down and 5 for the Warriors. 3 of 6 on third downs in the first half. And Josh Rico throws, has a man. It's in and out of the hands of Drew Mears. That would have been a first down, sorry, Dennis, out near the 41-yard line, and Mears upset with himself. He couldn't pull that one in.
And that was a really well-thrown ball. I mean, that was on a line right where it needed to go.
The helmet of the Aurora Spartan defender there didn't catch the number as he's getting up. That was actually number 2. It's Shane McKenty. A helmet may have hit the nose of the ball to lodge it. Based on that replay view, certainly something that Drew would tell you I still probably want to catch. So the Warriors go 3 and out to start the second half, and now Mears gets off this tight spiral, and a diving catch made by Sterling Williams for the Aurora Spartans. Spartans side of the ledger, their quarterback Liam Mickle has been as impressive with his feet as anything else.
I think that's been a big difference in this game so far, is he's done a really nice job on designed runs for him, because his runs have been designed. They've been the speed option, they've been the quarterback draw for the touchdown at the end of the half, and he's really done a nice job.
Officially, Mickle, 6 carries, 52 yards, and 2 of their 4 touchdowns on the ground as well. Although this is a toss to T.J. Ramsey, and with a head of speed and making men miss and crossing across the field and into Warriors territory. A couple of juke moves for Ramsey. He does not go down easily. Connor Martin rips him out to finally stop that play, but a big play. Best Electric service. First down for the Aurora Spartans.
And he's just picking up where he left off in the first half. He's quick, makes good moves, and he's a north-south guy. He really doesn't waste a lot of time juking people.
His longest run of the day, it goes for 25. First down and 10, just like that. The Spartans in Warriors territory. Ramsey is fresh coming out of the locker room even after that 25-yard run. And he'll get it again. And Malik Gordon on the tackle. And now the injured Spartan is the ball carrier, T.J. Ramsey.
You know, it looked like, again, maybe we'll might see it on the replay, but it looked like he kind of got bent back a little bit as he was getting tackled right towards the end of that play.
Training staff is out there, and the head coach, Don Beebe, is making his way out there again as well. We'll take another look as Ramsey is laying face down near the 43-yard line. Kind of got hung up there, and then the body bent back and to the right. And they will tend to the talented junior running back out of Schaumburg, Illinois.
That's really a problem when you're being tackled and you literally can't get to the ground because there are people underneath you.
Whether business or pleasure brings you to the Milwaukee area, Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa offers an experience for all. The hotel is just minutes from the interstate, a quick drive from downtown, and provides an abundance of complimentary parking. Tasteful guest rooms provide a home away from home. Over 6,000 square feet of meeting space are ready to be transformed for your unique gathering. Staying at Sonesta means a short jaunt to AmFam Field, Milwaukee County Zoo, State Fair Park, even historic Robbie Stadium itself. Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa, the home of the Warriors' annual Hall of Fame ceremony. Well, there you see Ramsey being helped off. Boy, this Aurora Spartan squad, you look at the personnel that has been lost this year due to injury or other reasons. They're already without their all-world receiver, Trey Erweiler, and now T.J. Ramsey, one of the most potent running backs. He's carried off to the sideline. 2nd down and 6, back to action, Mickle to throw. It's a first down catch for the Spartans. To the 34-yard line, it's a pickup of 9, a Best Electric service. First down, as Mickle was able to hit Ethan Svoboda, who's got a touchdown today. Bryant, his team-leading 7th tackle for the Warriors.
That was a really good catch because that was not a very well-thrown ball, but he went down and caught it and made something positive out of that play.
Spartans with 5 wide receivers and an empty backfield, and Mickle calls his own number, and he takes a seat as he crosses the 30-yard line. You know, one thing you notice about Liam Mickle, and he's been at this a while, he's a senior, albeit wasn't the starter when the season began, is that you can tell he's very decisive in his selections, when to run, when to get down as well, and not take an unnecessary hit. I guess it's the characteristic of a veteran.
Yep. Yeah, it sure is.
Williams in at tailback. Williams is going to block for Mickle. That time Mickle got some hits. First down run to the 20-yard line.
And that really was a good example of what you were just talking about, because that was not a design run. He was going to throw the ball, had nowhere to throw it, and took off and made a very positive play, coming back because of the penalty, though.
A hold against the wide receiver, Lucius Dones. Number 6, the guilty party. Right there was the call. Many times when you see the player then hold his hands up.
Wasn't me.
He knows that it's close to a penalty, if not a penalty. And you almost draw attention to yourself when you do it. On the back end of the play, a Warrior is injured. And it's Patrick Manning Davis who is being helped off. And to the near sidelines, Patrick Manning Davis has been very active in the Warriors secondary again today, and now he's going to be helped off to the 10th. So the injuries piling up both sides.
Yeah, getting a little thin there.
2nd and 12, and it's broken up by Vinton Martin. Nicely done that time as Aurora was looking for Tyler Bruckner.
Really well played. The receiver started looking for the ball, and immediately we get our hand up and deflect it.
Hit off the helmet of Vinton Martin. So it's 3rd down and 12. Big moment here you feel early on as they look at Patrick Manning Davis in the tent. 3rd and 12. And Mickle flushed, throws, and it's incomplete. Threw it at the feet of the freshman wide receiver, number 85, Mecca Phillips.
And what a great effort by the linebackers. Handwork and Nevad knock the receiver off his trolley down onto the ground. It was an under route, and he never really regained his momentum in his feet like he should for that play.
Well, here's a 4th down. at the 36. It'd be a 53-yard field goal from this yard mark. Beebe and company going to go for it would appear. There's some motion at the line. There's the penalty flag. It came from about 25 yards downfield.
Yeah.
Oh, they called the timeout before the delay of game. Although that official, the back judge, keeping an eye on the play clock, and the Spartans will get credit for the timeout, their first charged timeout of the second half. It saves the penalty with 11:08 to go in this third quarter. It's a 4th and 12. Aurora has not attempted a fourth, I beg your pardon. They're 1 out of 2. It's the Warriors that haven't attempted one today. Again, Wisconsin Lutheran on the road the last 2 weeks of the season. Next Saturday at Rockford, and then on the 15th of November at Benedictine. There's still an opportunity for the Warriors if they run the table, if they win this one and then the final 2, they could finish potentially as high as second in the NAC. Second place team in the NAC plays in the Lakefront Bowl, which is actually played right here at Robbie Stadium.
Yeah, and that's been a goal of theirs to play that 11th game, and they're still in the hunt for that.
All right. 4th down. Empty backfield. Big spot. Early in the third. Liam Mickle. Penalty flag. Comes in. Mickle. Throws on the run. And he connects. It's Bruckner. He's shy of the first down, but again, a penalty flag on the snap of the ball.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever fully set offensively.
It's a turnover on downs if it is against Aurora. And it looks that way as the defense is heading towards the near sidelines. Although, I never like to assume.
That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Okay, so there you go. That's a start. Warriors turn aside the Spartans on 4th down. And they take over on downs. Wisconsin Lutheran went 3 and out on their first drive of this second half.
And Beebe is trying to break the mold a little bit because he came out throwing the ball to start the second half. And that, again, typically is not his MO. He usually comes out and tries to really hammer the run.
This drive begins at the 27-yard line with Bennett Reeder in motion and Rico to throw, and he's going deep, and he's got a man. That's Drew Mears down the left sidelines. The senior to the house. 72 yards, and it's a one-score game.
What a great answer. What a great answer. A little window dressing. A little motion by the slot receiver, get their eyes into the backfield. Touchdown.
On the last drive, he dropped a first down catch. He was mad at himself. They come out, they hit a big one to Drew Mears, and it's 28-20. And Devin Lair is up and pure, and it's a 7-point game with 10:49 to go. As Josh Rico, that one officially 73. I shorted them 1. Pulled it back. And the lefty, the gunslinger from Dallas, able to hit Drew Mears. A little atonement for 16.
Yeah.
To take it in. And for Drew Mears on the season, that is his second touchdown reception. And doesn't that feel good for number 16?
And it showed a little bit of his speed as well on that one. He caught it and ran away from the defender and into the end zone. And what a nice answer. I mean, that's what the doctor ordered right here. We needed to get back into the game early to get the momentum going back on our side, and bam, it happens.
Again, Aurora's pass defense last in the conference at 268 yards allowed per game. Warriors now in the passing department at 1:44. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff here. Scoring drive, one play, 73 yards. Rico to Mears, and this one hits at the 10, checks up, and squirts into the end zone. When you think about Josh Rico, he's got a 73-yard touchdown pass today. Last Saturday, he hit Jamil Gordon on a little swing that went for 92, the second longest play from scrimmage in program history.
Yeah.
Got a 92-yarder and a 73-yarder, and the last couple of weeks have been highlight reel stuff for Rico in the offense.
I'm thinking he's feeling very pleased with that right now. So we've had a 90 and we've had a 70. We probably should get an 80 just to kind of keep that string going.
Warriors who turned aside the Spartans on a 4th down and long to set up that long pass play. And a timeout. Looked like the defensive coordinator, Steve Donovan, may have taken that one, as didn't like something he saw from his personnel, and so they'll huddle up. And the same for the opposite sidelines. The matchup, in that respect is the Warriors' 10th-year defensive coordinator, Steve Donovan. The OC for the Spartans, it's shared between Don Beebe, the head coach, and Ryan Gellert.
I would think Coach Beebe is heavily involved in that.
To the credit of Aurora, they have had every answer today. Every time the Warriors have struck or tied it or come close, they've answered back, and that's certainly what they need and want right now. Well, here's some good news as TJ Ramsey is back out there and hurdling Warrior defenders, and it's a first down out near the 40-yard line. When we last saw TJ Ramsey, he was lying motionless, face down on the turf, had to be helped off by two teammates, and now here he is doing TJ Ramsey-like things again.
Yeah, I would have lost money on that one because he looked like he was done for the day when he went off the field.
Two teammates helped him off, and here he is looking fresh as a daisy. 1st and 10, and Mickle's going to keep it himself. There's a big hole for the quarterback. It's back-to-back first down runs for the Aurora Spartans as Malik Gordon takes down Mickle.
And that's just kind of a little bit of a concept of a zone read where he's, and again, I don't know if he's reading anybody or if he's just assuming that the motion is going to get the eyes on that back, but he's doing a nice job with the ball, running the ball.
Ramsey and then Mickle, and just like that, they're in Warriors territory. Here's Ramsey again, tripped up at the line, but he's going to forge his way to another first down. Boy, you talk about sending a message after the Warriors strike big. Aurora, 3 plays, 3 first down runs.
Yeah, and I'm guaranteeing you Coach Beebe is the happiest guy in the stadium with Russell being back out there, or Ramsey rather being back out there.
Another Best Electric Service first down for the Aurora Spartans, just like that, at the 36 of Wisconsin Lutheran. Doan's in motion. Ramsey the carry on the stretch inside the 25, and Gordon rips him down inside the 20.
And on that particular play, he started right up the middle and then dips to the outside. And again, with his speed, unless you have a good angle on him, you're not going to slow him down.
Officials have stopped this play. An injury? Training staff is coming out. They're looking at one of the officials. Wonder if he got hit or caught up in the wash.
Oh, shoulder.
So they're checking on the official, Andre Daniel, Warriors head athletic trainer. We'll see here.
The officials are getting a little bit of a chuckle out of it, it looks like. that'll be fodder for conversation on the way back from the game.
I think it's safe to say that his colleagues there are already giving him a hard time.
It looks like they are.
You know, usually if you're an official in every sport, the last thing you want is the attention of
Right.
having a trainer come out.
Yeah.
And the umpire, that's the U on the back. The umpire is often the guy who's
He's
right in the middle of it all.
Right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Nose of the football sits inside the 20, so it's another visit to the red zone for Aurora, sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group. Colin Amack, agent representing Auto Owners Insurance. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And again, they empty this backfield here. Doesn't mean Mickle's not going to call his own number, although Ramsey in motion, and they give it to him on a little sweep end around. He's tripped up, keeps his balance, and falls close to the 15-yard line.
Again, he ran through an early arm tackle and ended up making a few more yards after that.
Bryant continues his day as the Warriors' leading tackler. He's got 8 after the tackle right there. An impressive answer by the Aurora Spartans. Methodical, imposing their will on this drive to answer Wisconsin Lutheran's big strike. Stack the backfield, and Ramsey will get the carry, and he was hit in the backfield initially by Jalen Pereira. He's had a nice ball game as well.
Yeah, we've said his name a few times. He's come up big, and that was a big one right there.
Comes 3rd and 6. Spartans are 6 of 11 on 3rd down today. Warriors trying to keep Aurora to a field goal attempt as we approach the midway point of the 3rd quarter in a 7-point ball game. Mickle throws, caught, 1st down inside the 10 near the 9-yard line, able to connect with Connor Bright, the senior from Plainfield, Illinois. Give another tackle to Landon Bryant.
Again, that ball was thrown on a line. I mean, that came out quick, knew exactly where he was going.
Bryant riding the back of Bright. Connor Bright's first catch of the afternoon. Without Erweiler, Bright is their 2nd leading wide receiver on the season. And that is the first time he has caught a pass today. Not the first time he's been targeted, though. So it's a goal-to-go situation for the Spartans. At the 10-yard line officially as we dip under 7 to go in the 3rd. Liam Mickle blitzes on. Rainbow's back line of the end zone. Is it intercepted? No. Connor Martin could not get the feet in. Not sure if he actually hung on to it by the time it was all said and done. And a little hobbled, no worse for wear. 21's a tough young man. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, he's had quite a season. He's been the punt catch guy, and he's made some interceptions in the back end.
He's got 2 picks on the season.
He had this one completely covered. Yeah, he was out of bounds.
I've said this in the past. They could use another 5 or 6 yards of turf beyond the back of that end zone because you hit you hit the asphalt really quickly out there, and Martin did. 2nd down. Mickle looking for the slant again, and this time it is complete. An Aurora touchdown. And Connor Bright, number 18, his first 2 catches of the day come on the last 3 plays, and this time it's a touchdown. And for Connor Bright, his 6th touchdown reception of the season, all touchdowns sponsored by Sit Means Sit.
Same exact play as the previous touchdown. Overload the near side and one-on-one on the backside with no underneath help, and it's just a catch and throw.
Perfect ball placement as well. And it is 35-21, the Spartans with a sustained drive. 75 yards, 9 plays, 4:02 off the 3rd quarter clock. And again, they have the answer. And the Warriors again down 2 scores.
Well, and again, I'll go back to it. Leading scoring team in the NAC and you can see why, because they've got a variety of ways that they can attack you. Their quarterback has been impactful in the run game. Obviously, T.J. Ramsey has done a great job running the football, and then their passing game, they're distributing it to a lot of different receivers, so it's hard to determine who do we need to double or take care of.
Dunn Sporting Goods, your number one team outfitter since 1982, with the kickoff here. And now let's see what the Warriors can do to respond. They only needed one play to respond on their last drive as Josh Rico hit Drew Mears for a 73-yard touchdown strike.
You know, with that success that he had, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Tresky puts more emphasis on the downfield throws right now.
Money's left foot boot, cradled by Kohler at the 11. And he's got himself about a 19-yard return up near the 30-yard line.
Aurora does a very nice job on their kick cover team. The edge guys on the coverage team have very good speed, and they're getting down there and able to really, whatever type of return we have planned for. I didn't see the flag back there.
5 extra yards to the 35. Warrior offense today, 33 plays, 184 yards. It's nearly a 2-to-1 ratio in plays from scrimmage between Aurora and Wisconsin Lutheran. Tywin McKinney is in there in the backfield. He's had one carry today. High snap, and Tywin right up the gut, spinning his way for a nice first down run up near the 41 or 42-yard line before Asher Hamby rips him to the turf. McKinney, one of 4 Warriors with over 100 yards on the ground overall this season.
Again, he gives that appearance of having a lot of freshness in his legs, you know, just kind of that burst up the middle.
And 7 officially on that first down carry. Rico pulls it back, scampering, looking for some real estate, and Josh Rico will spin his way for a hard-earned 4-yard Best Electric Service first down.
Really did a nice job there, just keeping the whole play alive, moving north and south.
Hayden Hirani on the hit, number 8 for Aurora. Trying to keep track of Josh Rico.
I wonder how many yards he actually ran. Gave him credit for 4, but he had a lot of yards there.
Rico, a sophomore, transferring from Clark University, NAIA school in Dubuque, Iowa. And to McKinney on first down. Hit in the backfield and trying to spin his way near the line of scrimmage. Spartans saying the ball popped out. I don't know that the officials agree, and it's second down.
It really looked like they were pulling on the ball there as he was turning, trying to gain some yards.
Warriors unofficially 60 yards of rushing today. Aurora 242. Second down and 10. Tywin McKinney did get back to the line of scrimmage, and Rico steps up, hit as he throws. It's a wobbler. Mears, did he make the catch? No.
It kind of looked like it, but
it was close.
A lot of people around there. I'm sure they saw it better than we did, but yeah, it hit.
Nose of the football, tipped off the turf. Rico stepping up in that pressure, and his follow-through was hit.
Looked like he got hit as he was delivering it, and it kind of wobbles out there.
So it's third down and 10. Warriors 3 out of 7 on third downs in the game. McGee has checked in. Amek goes in motion, and Rico throws, and this is a catch by Mears. Oh, it looked like he was at the first down sticks and then pushed back, but I don't know that he got a favorable spot at all.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, maybe the replay will show. I thought he caught it in advance of the first down marker.
And then was pushed back.
Yep.
He needed the 44. They're going to mark it at the 45, or just inside the 45-yard line. It's fourth and less than a yard, basically. Maybe a half a football or so.
Yeah, that was not a favorable spot.
Well, first time the Warriors have gone for it on fourth down. It's short. They need this one. Here's the direct snap to Kohler. He's tripped up in the backfield and stopped short. Asher Hamby ripping down Kohler in the Wildcat formation. Warriors turn it over on downs. Boy, did he come off the ball hard.
Boy, he really did.
Untouched.
From way outside. Way outside. Wow.
It's one thing to be untouched. It's another thing to close that space as quickly as you have to when it's only fourth and less than a yard. My goodness, what a play by Hamby.
That was big. That was a big play.
Go back to that questionable spot as well. Boy, that was a tough break for the Warriors. Couple of pump fakes. Now Mickle steps up, runs into a lineman, and then is taken down. May have gained a couple of inches. I think we're going to give D'Angelo Amaya, number 97, the credit for that hit. One of those offensive linemen might get half a tackle as well because he ran into one of those guys before he went down into the arms of Amaya.
Yeah, there was, he pulled it down. He wanted to go for a long shot on that particular play, and it wasn't there. Pulled it down, and he ran into a number of his guys.
Approaching 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. At halftime, it was 28-14 Aurora. Both teams exchanging touchdowns here as they give it to Ramsey. Looking to get the edge. A penalty flag comes in the vicinity of a hold, perhaps, as Ramsey scampers his way near a first down, but this will come back. It's another penalty against Aurora. This will be their 8th of the game.
Wow. These are some of the things that in the previous 7 years of dominance in our league that you did not see Aurora doing. You didn't see the penalties. You didn't see those kinds of things as frequently.
Evad, you saw his jersey being pulled. Yeah, make no mistake, Aurora is a very good program.
Yes.
But as we said earlier, some of the things that they've done so well over this 6-year championship run aren't being done quite as well this year. They've lost key personnel, and you add it all up, and they've got 2 conference losses this year.
Yep, exactly right.
Williams on the catch.
That was a nice job. That was just that little running back screen inside, and the first time they did it earlier in the first half, and they had a little bit more success, but this time we were ready for it and really handled that well.
And we should point out, while Aurora is 3-2, both of those losses to Concordia, Wisconsin, and to Benedictine were right there to be had, and they've been kicking themselves. They could easily be 5-0 and still talking about a long winning streak and championship.
Yeah, they're a good football team.
Mickle to throw, looking deep, looking for Coronado. Cannot connect. Gordon there in coverage.
We should get decent field position. Again, I haven't felt like their punting game has been outstanding. So I feel like, number one, they better make sure that they're protecting because we've already dropped or already blocked one for a touchdown.
So it is a punt. This will be the third of the day for the Aurora Spartans. And Connor Martin is back. And on 4th and 16, both sides are pointing to each other. You did it. Now you moved first. No, you moved. No, you moved. And the officials will talk it over. Quick check of the scoreboard. Concordia, Wisconsin rolling now against Rockford.
Kicking team, number 41. Side yard penalty. Fourth down.
28-0, Concordia leading. St. Norbert leading Benedictine at home, 24-14. They're heading to the fourth. Lakeland 34-7, home to CUC.
That will change some things up if Benedictine loses this one.
A couple of teams in Benedictine and St. Norbert that have won 3 in a row heading into action today. 4th and 21 now. And Landa gets this one away. Nice tight spiral pushing Connor Martin inside the 25 where he'll make the fair catch. And Wisconsin Lutheran down 35-21.
That was his best punt of the game. He did a nice job on that. Got good height, good spiral. Nothing to do but fair catch it and play offense.
And the Warriors were turned aside on 4th and short on their last drive that ended in Aurora territory. Liam Hygis, who was out for the last series, is back in there at running back now, flanking the right side of Josh Rico with 3 wide receivers to the left. Rico looks left. Now with a penalty flag coming in, could be for a hold. Rico with a 9-yard run right up the seam. But a penalty flag thrown. Hamby, who made that 4th down tackle on the last series, tackles the quarterback Rico here, but
Offense, number 71.
It looked like that was a called quarterback run. You know, he gave, again, a little bit of window dressing, like I'm going to look to the left, but I think that was a planned run.
So it's a 1st and 20 now, back at the 15-yard line. 90 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Warriors need some positive momentum. Need some positivity, a plus play here. There's one. They'll get the penalty yardage back as Drew Mears, who had that 73-yard touchdown catch earlier in the frame, has a catch of about 10, maybe 11 here before Ty Hop rips him to the turf.
You know, he's had consistent success with that curl route 3 different times today, and Mears has been open, and he's really delivered it nicely.
5 catches, 127 yards for the senior Drew Mears on senior day. 2nd down and 9. They gave him a gain of 11 there as Rico gives it to Liam Hygis. And Aurora strung him out and dropped him for a loss back to the 25. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for Wisconsin Lutheran. Mason Holbert, the cornerback, sophomore, coming up to make the hit. Hygis, 11 rushes for 49 yards. They have done a really nice job against Liam Hygis.
They have. He's really worked hard for every yard he's gotten today. He hasn't had a lot of space to operate.
Final seconds of the third quarter. Warriors do not appear as if they are in any hurry to run a play. And so we will head to the fourth in the home finale of 2025 with the score Aurora 35 and the Warriors 21. 15 minutes left here at Robbie Stadium. People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
At People's State Bank, the word of the day is nest egg. Okay, that's 2 words, but it shows how fast things add up when you deposit your money with us. From our Super Saver account that pays competitive interest to interest-bearing checking and CDs, the means to help you grow your savings is all here, along with perks like surcharge-free ATMs, 24/7 digital banking, and a handy, secure app that lets you bank right from your phone. Visit bankpeoples.com and get started today.
I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old. I'm grateful for every coach, teammate, and supporter who invested in me. From the first snap to now my final season in college, football taught me how to work hard, serve others, and the importance of protecting what matters. These lessons don't end on the field. They're the foundation of how I serve my clients today. As your trusted independent insurance advisor, I'm committed to providing great coverage, fair pricing, and service you can count on.
First play, fourth quarter, 3rd down and 10 for the Warriors. From south to north, here's the throw. It's through the hands of the defender and incomplete. Asher Hamby can't believe he didn't intercept that one. It's 4th down. On comes the punting unit. Let's check in with Wayne Chevy downstairs.
It's senior day, so I highlight of them. They've had some big plays, but a name that you've used a couple of times today is Colton McGee. Colton went to California Lutheran High School, a school of under 100, played 7 football, played quarterback, and he happens to be also on the Warrior baseball team coming up in spring. I happen to know somebody who sports did all right. Hopefully Colton will be successful on the diamond as well. Guys.
Yeah, Colton McGee, without Jameel Gordon, he's had his number called. He's gotten more snaps today than any in his career so far. The return by Sterling Williams. And the Spartans are set up in superb field position, just shy of the midfield stripe, leading this thing 35-21.
They got a little close on that punt. They had pretty good pressure on it. Feel good that we're on the 50-yard line and not near the goal line based on that play.
14:45 to go in the fourth. Spartans lead it by 2 scores. Each team's trading third quarter touchdowns. And Mickle pulls it back, throws over the middle, in and out of the hands, Connor Bright. Landon Bryant, my goodness, we called his name, I think, on the first play defensively of this game, and we've been calling it ever since. He knocked it out of Bright's arms.
And he's a freshman. I mean, he is playing like a veteran defender right now. That was a great play. Closed in on it and knocked the ball out.
Second and 10 from midfield. Ramsey into the pile and short gain for TJ Ramsey, one of the better stops, with Prawley leading the charge that the Warriors have had against Ramsey so far in this game.
That's a good first 2 plays on this defensive series. Again, because they're starting at such great field position, you just can't give them anything, and done a really nice job on that.
That was the 20th carry for Ramsey. He's got 141 yards unofficially today. Third down and long. Warriors look for the stop. Mickle straight back. Blitz is on. Penalty flag intercepted. This is Nathan Nevad. He's already got a pick 6 this season. Looking for another one, and he's forced out inside the 5. Again, a penalty flag was thrown, so we have to check that as well. And we'll see if it negates the Nevad play.
Doesn't look like it.
The second interception for Nevad. Another senior with a big-time senior play. He came oh so close to his second pick 6.
Outstanding. Man, oh man, jumps in front of the receiver and nearly takes it to the house. The only guy that's probably going to catch him is Ramsey.
And again, with that groin, not 100%. Yeah. If he's 100%, I don't know that Ramsey's able to ultimately catch him. So the Warriors with a takeaway, an interception of Liam Mickle. They're inside the red zone. First down and goal. And Kohler in the Wildcat formation. Carson gets the snap, following Hygis straight ahead to the end zone. And Wisconsin Lutheran pays it off.
We have got ourselves a ball game right now with basically a quarter of football left.
Sit Mean Sit Dog Training sponsors the Carson Kohler rushing touchdown for the sophomore from Saginaw, Michigan. It'll go as his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And Devin Lair to make it a 7-point game again. Aurora cannot shake the green and white. Tell you what, the PAT process, the mechanics have come a long way from early on.
Ways. And that ball had tons of height on it. That was really well done.
Carson Kohler and Liam Hygis, a potent 1-2 punch in the backfield. And as we talked about earlier, we're seeing a little dynamic nature now with Kohler as the Wildcat. Number 11 can run it, and he can block it.
Yep. Yeah, Coach Tresky was talking to us earlier in the week about just what a physical blocker Liam Hygis is, and it was fun to see that Wildcat work so well there.
Well, both those guys, Hygis 11 and Kohler 20, they play a little quarterback in high school, and it's a different game, and you're asked to do different things many times in high school as a quarterback, but you still can draw on those experiences and some of those instincts in moments like this.
Absolutely. Even just taking the snap. Again, everything when you're sitting in the stands looks easy, but even taking a good snap and getting your head back into the area where you're going to run is not as easy as it looks.
Devin Lair on for the Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff here with less than 90 seconds gone by in the fourth quarter. Boy, Aurora up 2 scores with the ball. They're doing what they want to do, and suddenly Nathan Nevad changes it in a flash. End over end, short kick, Sterling Williams with a head of steam, with a seam, and another nice return, but a penalty flag comes in as Williams took it out across the 40-yard line.
Typically, it's on the return team, but we'll see.
If so, it'll be the 10th penalty against Aurora in this game.
Holding, return team, number 13.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty, first down.
That was a good penalty for the Warriors.
Again, you look at the statistics, the raw numbers. The Warriors have been outgained by about 160 yards. Aurora has run 23 more plays than the Warriors. They've outgained them on the ground, 243 to 54. In the air, Warriors do have the advantage. But special teams blocked a field goal today. They blocked a punt that was in the end zone, recovered for a touchdown. You've got an interception, you take it back inside the 5. They've done the other stuff. They've won on the margins, even if those flashy categories aren't going their way. And that has to happen if you want to upset a team like Aurora.
It really does.
Ramsey on the pitch and pushed out at around the 24-yard line. He got 5 on first down.
He does such a nice job at reading his blocks and cutting in, cutting out, and again, just getting the ball going. He's a very complete back.
Second down and 4. Ramsey there alongside Mickle. Ramsey gets the carry to the left side this time. First down and more.
And their receivers, if we get a chance on this replay, their receivers are doing such a good job at blocking and sustaining the blocks. We got to get off those to make the play on this guy.
Ramsey over 150 yards on the ground and a touchdown. At the 37-yard line after the Best Electric Service first down for Aurora. Williams straight ahead and a big gainer on first down all the way out to the 45. He got 8 as number 8 was ripped down by number 8 for the Warriors.
You know, we've been a little bit of a bend but don't break defense because that's happened throughout the game. They've got some nice drives, but they end up stalling, and we're certainly hoping that's the case right now.
Korb, the tackle. He's number 8 for the Warriors, of course. Second down and 2. Approaching 3 gone by in the fourth. Beautiful fake. Liam Mickle faked everybody out. Down the far sidelines. Liam Mickle, his 3rd rushing touchdown. No penalty flags. He goes 59 yards, and Aurora the answer again.
Well, and you said it. What a fake. I'm watching the running back thinking, why is he not getting tackled? Well, he doesn't have the ball. Really a nice fake on that.
Pulled it back from Williams' belly, took it himself, and Liam Mickle. Wow.
Yeah.
Mickle and Ramsey vying for the rushing lead on their own team in this game at this rate. Taking the wind out of this crowd, and it's 42-28 with 12:01 to go. He'll get some attaboys, and deservedly so. The numbers. on the ground, 11 rushes, 130 yards.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You don't ever expect a quarterback to be doing that.
Now, to his credit, he was their second leading rusher on the season coming in, but he had 199 total net rushing yards in 5 prior games,
Right.
mind you.
Right.
He's got a $130 today, and you always add the caveat that you take away the sack yardage against
Right,
a quarterback
you do.
rushing total.
Yep.
So he's had a little bit more
Wow.
than that even.
That's one of those defensively to account for the quarterback is always a challenge, and he's done a really nice job with all of it. You know, with the fakes, he's done a great job with, and the called plays, and then a couple of scrambles. Even he's really showing his athleticism today.
To that point, he's been sacked twice in this game, so there's been 2 negative plays going against that, and still 130 on the ground. Aurora has rushed for 324 yards, and they lead 42-28. A lot of time left, obviously. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff from north to south.
Oh, block in the back.
Penalty flag.
Number 40.
Kohler to the 30. And this will go against the Warriors. All in all, they've been pretty good there. 3 penalties until this one.
That'll be Noah Ross, I believe.
Officials converging here. Tim Duffy has been our lead referee today. It's a final. Concordia, Wisconsin shuts out Rockford 35-0. They're 7-0 in the NAC with 1 game left to play.
Both on the return. Holding. Return team. Number 5. That 10-yard penalty will be assessed. After the play. Personal foul. Late hit. Number 5. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed as well.
Oh, my.
First down.
That's
Wow.
25 yards worth of penalties.
Wow.
Wow.
Because one was dead ball.
But back to the Falcons of Concordia. They've clinched at least a share of the regular season title. They will be the NAC automatic representative to the D3 playoffs because even if they lose in a couple of weeks, they got to bye next week, they'd still have the tiebreaker. So Greg Etter and company, a great season.
Yep, congrats to Coach Etter and the Falcons. They've figured out ways to win in multiple games this year.
Rockford, meanwhile, winless now 0-7. Warriors will start this drive at the 10-yard line with under 12 to go in the fourth. And Rico gives it to, I believe that was Hygis.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Next to no gain. Logan Lawson will get credit for the tackle. 42 seconds left at St. Norbert, and the Green Knights have a 24-17 lead over Benedictine. A couple of 4-1 teams coming right down to the final minute there up in the Green Bay area. Rico throwing, Mears interfered with, and the penalty flags come out. That was obvious.
Yeah, that was pretty clear.
I got to tell you, I love the way Drew Mears has responded after dropping that first down catch earlier in this half. Had that big touchdown strike. They've been looking to him a lot, and ever since that drop, he's been good when he's also not being interfered with.
You know, absolutely. And, you know, that's kind of a sign of a senior. I mean, he knows what he's capable of doing. He knows he's a good player, and he just kind of shakes it off and moves on to the next play. And he's really developed or really produced today.
So the ball is out to the 25-yard line. Remember, in college, it's not a spot foul. It's a 15-yarder. Here's a toss. Liam Hygis. Not sure if I've seen Liam Hygis catch a ball in that vicinity in his career.
Not as a wide receiver.
Correct.
He's playing slot on that particular play and just a little bit of a slant, and Rico finds him.
The Offensive arsenal for Hygis expands another chapter. From the 38, open man, far side, and it's dropped.
Kind of a tough catch. I mean, it was a little bit of a low ball, and the receiver was falling backwards. Reeder, gave it a great effort, but just couldn't haul it in.
Bennett Reeder, a couple of weeks ago at Lakeland, 3 catches, over 100 yards, had his best game.
Kind of a coming
junior.
out party for him a little bit.
He's a junior. He'll be back next year from Fox Valley Lutheran. 2nd down and 10 at the 38. Ton of time left, obviously. Warriors have shown a quick strike capability today.
I just like how they've responded today.
Didn't get this one off in time, unfortunately, and it'll be a delay of game.
Number 12, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We got to overcome this 5 yards now.
Penalty number 6 against Wisconsin Lutheran. 6 penalties for 50 yards. Aurora, 11 penalties for over 100 yards today. Big reason why the Warriors are in this thing, down 42-28. Just a 14-point game. 2nd and 15. Hygis, good block there by Mears. Hygis trying to get the edge, and he's shoved out.
Nice run, though, man. There wasn't a lot going, and Mears gave a block that basically sprung him for that last 7-8 yards.
3rd down for the Warriors. 16 sealing the edge. Scott Carter was the first Spartan to lay a hand on Liam Hygis. Third down and 6. 10 to go. Rico steps up, throwing, overshot Mears. Trying to hit him on a seam route. And it's 4th down and 6. And the Warriors at their own 42-yard line, and the offense is staying out on the field.
I think this is a good decision. There's 10 minutes roughly left, but you're down 14. You're actually really moving the ball pretty well offensively. It's like, okay, let's use our 4th down here.
So you've got Mears to the left at the wide receiver position. Colton McGee in the slot right. To the top, it's Reeder. Hygis will block, and Rico will throw, and it's a 1st down completion. That time, Reeder makes the catch, moves the chains inside Spartan territory. A Best Electric service 1st down for the aforementioned junior out of Appleton.
They've not had an answer for that curl route. They just haven't. That's been open every time they've had the opportunity to throw it today.
That was something they thought they could do today, and they have. At the 47 of the Spartans, and an empty backfield. And Rico steps up, now throws. Here's a catch. Colin Amack slips free and then tripped up inside the 15-yard line. He's already got a big touchdown catch in the first half, and he almost had another one there. Warriors in the red zone.
And Rico does a nice, Rico does a nice job stepping up into the pocket there to deliver that ball.
Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent. He made the catch. He sponsors the Red Zone, representing auto owners insurance. That's symmetry.
Yeah, you don't see that very often like that. That's pretty cool.
The guy who makes the catch is part of the sponsorship.
Yeah.
That's a senior day moment there. And we appreciate his sponsorship of these broadcasts. 1st down and 10 at the 12. Penalty flag comes in. Did they not get this thing off in time again?
You know, sometimes that happens. It shouldn't happen, but you have this long play, and they start the clock like they're supposed to, and you're kind of celebrating the long play in a lot of ways, and it kind of catches you sometimes.
You know what they say? Just gives them a little more room with which to work.
Yeah.
1st down and 15 inside the 20. Rico, end zone, leaping catch, Drew Mears, Touchdown Warriors, his second of the day.
Nice ball, nice place ball, nice and high. Mears is the one that's going to catch it, or nobody is. Rico did a nice job on that. You know, when he's got time and he's not worrying about a ball fake, he does a nice job delivering the ball.
That's the third touchdown pass from the sophomore out of Dallas, Josh Rico. It's the second time he's connected with Mears for a sit, mean, sit dog training touchdown. And once again, the Warriors with the PAT muffed. Now it's picked up by Jesse Kelly, and he's taken down at around the 9. So it's going to be an 8-point game. Still a one-possession game, as the Warriors unable to convert the PAT for the first time today, as Kelly had a little trouble getting that one down and then was hoping he could pick it up as Rico and company on the sidelines celebrates.
Going back to that touchdown, again, just as Drew Mears had done earlier in the game, goes up high, all hands, takes it to his body. Just a great play.
Well, this Warriors team has shown a lot of fight here today. Remember, they're still hoping for an outside shot at a bowl game if they can finish tied for second in this conference. And a couple other scores go their way in the final couple of weeks. They're motivated because of that. Senior Day, the 6-time defending champions are here. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that the Warriors have been motivated this week, and it has shown. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff comes with 8:11 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on for him right now. A lot of positive stuff.
From the 10-yard line, it's Ramsey in the return game. Spins his way out to the 27. It's a return of 17 yards.
Noah Ross, nice job. We've said his name a couple of times today on coverage, and he's doing a nice job on that.
Warriors with 34 points today have now hit 34 or more in each of their last 3 games. Had 34 in the win at Lakeland, put up 42 last Saturday night down at Eureka, and again 34 here today. They're going to need more, down by 8.
Well, and again, remind all of us, they're using their third quarterback. They've had multiple injuries at the wide receiver spot.
Yep, no Jamil Gordon today.
Yep.
And Liam Mickle and TJ Ramsey, the dynamic duo. And it's Ramsey up to the 35 on a pickup of 7. Prawley on the tackle for Wisconsin Lutheran. Those two guys, Ramsey and Mickle, approximately 290 of their 324 rushing yards. Those two guys right there, 16 and 4 in the blue and white. Special, both of them. And Ramsey, first down and more. Into Warrior territory, the ball popped out. They say his knee was down. Korb on the tackle and almost a forced fumble.
Yeah, got exciting there for a second. Thought that might be a turnover, but I think it was probably a good call. He was down.
Best Electric Service, first down. Our My People creative production crew will give you the look.
Yep, he's down.
Knees were down, leaning forward, of course. The old adage, the ground cannot cause the fumble. This time he's hit in the backfield and ripped down. Nathan Prawley rising up here in the final quarter.
Yeah, we've said his name a lot. He's really had a good game. Pereira was in on the play as well.
One of the rare times that Ramsey has been hit behind and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Second down and 11. Aurora back at their own 49-yard line with 6.5 to play. Liam Mickle has time. Now tosses Ramsey's way, and he's pushed out. Gain of a yard and a half or so.
Yeah, I don't think Aurora is real excited about giving the ball back to the Warriors right now, because the Warriors are really doing some things offensively. They're finding the openings with the passing game, and I think Coach Beebe is working very hard to sustain this drive and just keep it out of the hands of the Warriors.
Spartans have converted 50% of their third downs. This is 3rd down and 10 from midfield, and Mickle is flushed. Nevad trying to track him down. He gets away from Nevad, and he is pushed out near the sticks. It is a 1st down for Mickle with his feet. Again, he burns the Warriors for a Best Electric Service 1st down.
Again, a design run. Nice job on that. Good play fake in the back.
Again,
yeah, very
you
close.
can't help but think if Nevad is not dealing with that groin,
yep,
his closing ability might stop him from getting the marker. Mickle keeps it himself, following Ramsey as a blocker, lowers his shoulder and picks up close to 9. And that clock with 5:17 and running now here in the 4th.
Yeah, that's definitely working to their advantage right now. And again, you know, for multiple reasons, but BB is deciding that the best way to attack this right now is to run the football.
Second down and 2. Nothing fancy here. 1st down, TJ Ramsey. Again, in college football, it's been the case the last couple of years now. The clock runs when you pick up a 1st down until you get under 2 minutes, and then it stops on 1st downs, just like the old days.
Yeah, that's really a big rule change. That's really adjusted how you approach things.
Best Electric Service 1st down for Ramsey and the Spartans. Mickle pulls it back. He's flushed, steps up, breaks tackles, another 1st down. He's already got 3 rushing touchdowns on the day, and he carries it inside the 5. Liam Mickle has been spectacular. Red Zone appearance, sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group. Colin Amack agent representing Auto Owners Insurance.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling it right now. I mean, that was not a design run, but as soon as he saw that he didn't have anything downfield, he just tucked it and run, and is really doing a nice job.
Warriors are down by 8. Trying to keep Aurora from scoring. Mickle calls his own number again, leaning towards the pylon for his 4th rushing touchdown of the game. Sit dog training touchdown for the Aurora University Spartans. Have a day, Liam Mickle, and he has.
Yeah, he's going to remember this for a long time as a senior. This is about everything you can do as a quarterback with throwing touchdowns and scoring touchdowns with your feet.
14-point ball game. 3:36 to go. Money is good. So it's 49-34. It's been punch, counter punch pretty much since the get-go here today. Dunn Sporting Goods has been the leader in creating custom apparel in the Milwaukee area since 1982. They create T-shirts, team apparel, spirit wear, and more by screen printing, sublimation embroidery, and other innovative ways. This small family business loves to create strong relationships with their customers that keep them coming back year after year. And with in-house screen printing and embroidery, they're able to keep prices low and turnarounds quick. Dunn Sporting Goods in West Allis, 43 years of creating outstanding apparel. Crunch time now for the Warriors.
Yeah, we've got to definitely be in a hurry-up mode. You know that if we do get a score, we'll try to onside it and not give it back to them. But Aurora wants to run the ball right now, and time is definitely against us. We do have a couple of timeouts and a 2-minute timeout, but we got to get something going early, quickly.
Liam Mickle on that sideline. Thrown for 2 touchdowns, rushed for 4.
Wow.
Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff upcoming.
NAC Player of the Week, I think, as I'm looking at it here.
See if the Warriors can get a spark here. off a possible Kohler return, although this one is going to send him inside the 5. It goes in and out of his hands. Now he's in the end zone, and now he's coming out of it. And he'll be stood up as he tries to power his way near the 15-yard line with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left to play here in this ball game, and a 15-point deficit facing the Warriors.
That was a tough way to start the drive, but we're going to need to get some big plays here no matter what.
Well, they have had one, couple technically, if you consider the play over 20 yards, a big play. The Rico to Mears, 73-yard touchdown. He also hit Colin Amack for a 24-yarder? Yeah, back in that first quarter.
Well, and you're working against the 22nd ranked near the bottom of pass defense. So if there's a group to go against to do it, this would be the one.
That time Aurora getting some pressure in the backfield and making some contact with Josh Rico, but it was ruled an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. Warriors under the shadow of their own goalposts here.
Aurora can really pin their ears back because they not too worried about the run game at this point in time. Liam out in the slot again.
To the left. And he looks to Hygis, and it is incomplete. Coverage there coming by Braden Hellinger. He was on his back. And it's 3rd and 10. They've pinned Hygis to 59 rushing yards on 13 carries.
Yeah, not as many as I thought that he would get against Aurora today.
Warriors just 63 net rushing yards collectively. 3rd down and 10. And Rico looks to the right, pump fakes, now throws, and Reeder the catch. That's a 1st down for Bennett Reeder. To the 28-yard line, a 15-yard connection on 3rd and long.
And now they're up to the line. They got to get rolling here.
Best Electric Service 1st down connection.
That's good. They're snapping it with 23 seconds left.
Rico looking across the middle, has a man. Catch is made. It's Colton McGee. He's off to the races. He's inside the 20 and taken down inside the 10. The big play.
Just what you need.
Again for the Warriors, Mason Hulbert saved a touchdown as McGee has the biggest play of his career as a Warrior.
And again, they're getting going quickly. Tresky's got the call in.
Warriors at the 8-yard line, 2:27, and the clock runs. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. Still waiting to snap it. It hums at 8. Rico looking, scanning, throwing, and it's low, and he was looking for Drew Mears. Would have been the 3rd time they've connected for a touchdown today. 2:05, 5 seconds before the 2-minute timeout.
Well, we're giving ourselves a chance here. If we get a score right now, we're giving ourselves a chance.
At the 8, 2nd and goal. At least that stopped the clock, and you get the snap before the 2-minute mark. They come to the line, 10 seconds on the play clock. Need a score. Give it to Hygis. He's going to be stopped near the 6, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Penalty flags come in. They stopped him at the 6 and kept driving him backwards even after the whistle sounded. Officials talking it over. Tell you what, let's take the break. 2-minute timeout, sponsored by Today's Dentistry. We'll tell you the penalty when we come back on My 24.
All right, Tim, I got all your policies here. Hey, nice. But what if... Covered. Nice. But what if... All set. But what if... Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense. Nice.
Ask Insurance Producers Network in southeastern Wisconsin if auto owners make sense for you.
The electrical system in your home may not be keeping up. If things aren't working like they're supposed to, don't wait until it's a catastrophe.
That's it.
We're calling Best Electric.
Best Electric can handle any residential job, big or small. All estimates are upfront and even include financing options. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
The penalty, as anticipated, was a late hit, unsportsmanlike penalty. So half the distance and a first down for the Warriors. First and goal, Wisconsin Lutheran. They're at the 3 after the today's dentistry 2-minute timeout. 1:59 remaining to be exact. Kohler in at Wildcat formation. Carson already has a rushing touchdown today. Now he has 2. Yes, he's in. Sit Mean Sit Dog Training sponsors the Carson Kohler touchdown. It is a 9-point game, 49-40. And the offense will go for 2. Again, following Liam Hygis, sealing
block,
off the right
yeah,
side.
Good block.
Warriors who had trouble and muffed the PAT on their prior touchdown. That's why they're chasing a point here. Big moment here, 1:55 left. And now they'll take the timeout. Nope, I beg your pardon. Aurora takes the timeout. Make sure they want to defend this 2-point conversion as best they can. Well, as we've talked about today, this is our final home game and so our final broadcast on My24 and WLCSports.com. And a season of telecast would not be complete without dusting the dog cam off. And a reminder that Sit Mean Sit Dog Training sponsors all touchdowns, and they have all year. That's symmetry in the sponsorship department again. And that is a tip of the cap to our My People creative production team behind the scenes. It has been such a blessing to work with all of them this season. The level that has been raised with our Warriors football broadcasts is hard to fully describe. As good as there is in the NAC, better than any in the NAC, and I'd put our production quality up against anything in Division III in the country. We'll give some shout-outs here in a couple of moments. But first things first, after the Aurora timeout, Warriors going for 2, down 9. You see the time at $1:55. Kohler in the Wildcat formation with Hygis to his right and Amack in motion. And Kohler following Hygis. Straight ahead, and he's in, and it's 49-42 as Kohler got the touchdown and then the 2-point conversion.
That's a great great answer when you're completely up against it and you know you've got to score on this drive, you've got to score quickly on this drive, and then to get a 2-point conversion, which, to be honest with you, if we get a onside kick, recover the thing, go down and score, we have the option to go for 2 and win this thing in regulation.
Mears Fan Club in here in full force. The My People creative production team includes our camera operators this season, Andy Drought, Will Mortimer, Andy Conkle, Tom Caldert, Robbie Ruck, Dylan Hettenschweiler with us here today. Out there braving the elements. Some warm Saturdays, some rainy, cold Saturdays. And we appreciate their efforts. Dunn Sporting Goods onside kick upcoming from Devin Lair. Has to go 10 yards, and the Spartans snag it about 8 yards deep, as it were, into the kick. Our graphics coordinator, Ryan Nowak. Haley Coons on replay. our director, Mark Bomberg, been in our ear, literally and figuratively, maybe for that matter, all season long. And, of course, producer, engineer, Jason Ruck.
Great group. Great group.
A lot of talent, a lot of work over the years, a great deal of experience by all of those men and women. First down, Mickle and company. Ramsey straight ahead to the 40-yard line. Be remiss if we don't mention, as the Warriors take the timeout, the My24 Milwaukee team of Rocky Wagenhurst, Vice President and General Manager, and Paul Rudolph, our Operations Manager for My24. Everybody back in master control for pushing all the buttons. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to do this, and we look forward to doing it again in 2026. As good as there is, and I mean that. Could not do it without the Wisconsin Lutheran College Athletics Department support. Obviously, it's a great investment, financial and otherwise, to do this. Under the leadership of new Athletics Director Jeremiah Hoffman, Assistant Athletics Director for Communication Adam Heinzen, and all his student staff, workers behind the scenes that make this place run. Tip of the cap to Aaron Sabald, Wisconsin Lutheran's Director of Corporate Partnerships, for helping with the sponsorship relationships. Second down and 7 now for the Spartans, and Ramsey again. And the Warriors will burn their final timeout with 1:44 to go in a 7-point game. Of course, the Warrior football program themselves, head coach Eric Tresky, who we owe a debt of gratitude to for the work he did in the offseason to forge a lot of these sponsorship relationships with the likes of, Jeff Musa and People's State Bank, tapping into those friendships, those connections as teammates, as Warriors once upon a time. That guy right there is a force of nature, and it has been a blessing to work with him and see him go to work as a football coach, as a great Christian leader on campus, and as the catalyst for these broadcasts. Wears a lot of hats, and we appreciate his work. And now his defense trying for one more stop. 3rd down and 4. And Mickle gives it to Ramsey. No, he's going to throw it. Oh, what a fake. And it pays off beautifully. First down for the Aurora Spartans as they will seal the deal on a beautiful toss by Liam Mickle. My goodness, he was able to connect that time with Lucius Dones.
Yeah, you really got to hand it to Coach Beebe and their staff. That, you always think we better run it so we can use clock, but that throw, that catch stays in bounds. I mean, everything worked out to their advantage.
And now the victory formation for the Aurora Spartans. Going to win their 9th consecutive game in the series with Wisconsin Lutheran. Warriors gave them all the fight they could here today, but it would appear the Spartans will finish 7 points better than Wisconsin Lutheran. Warriors will move on to the road at Rockford next Saturday, at Benedictine on the 15th, Aurora hosting St. Norbert next week, and then at CUC to round out the regular season. This was a good ball game here today, Dennis.
It was, and we're just looking at it and reflecting on it that Liam Michael was the difference in the football game. He gave a performance that, man, is one of the best that I've seen for a long time.
For one more time this year, we send it out to Wayne. He's with Eric Tresky.
Coach, so many good things today. Just couldn't muster one last stop, one more opportunity. What was the difference today?
Just critical downs. I feel like, I think, one thing they did really good was, they converted on some 3rds and 4ths, and we started to put a few, and that was really the difference in the game. They were able to extend a couple drives. We left a couple on the table, but I got to say, I'm really proud of our effort. Obviously, you never like losing, but there's nothing we have to be ashamed of. These kids fought hard. They made plays. We had a lot of guys that were stepping up in new roles and played really, really well. Unfortunately, we didn't come out with a win, but there are wins that don't show up in the scoreboard in life. And those are the ones that we're most focused on, making sure that we're glorifying God, how we play for each other, and I feel like we did that today.
Quick note about the seniors. Talk about them.
Love these guys. They helped elevate our program. They were fully committed to WLC, to each other, to growing. I've seen them grow in their faith walk. I've seen them grow in the classroom. I've seen them grow on the field. It's going to be tough knowing that we won't get an extra chance to see them play, but we still got 2 more, and I can't wait to see them compete a couple more times.
Win 2 on the road.
That's the goal. Thank you.
So I'm going to say some thank yous. Thanks to Rich and Tom, and for 3 times my buddy Andy here for following me around. And working with Hall of Famers. Bob Brainerd stepped in. Coach Miller's here. Scott, you're a Hall of Famer in my book. I appreciate it. I'm humbled to be a part of it. Great season on my 24. Thanks to a lot of people this last week. Warrior Nation's been great. Love you, Mom. Love you, Aunt Diane. Thanks for a great season. Back to you guys.
And thank you, Wayne. Braving the elements and doing yeoman's work down on the field to get the inside stories, and always conducting great interviews with Eric Tresky. As the Warriors fall in the finale, home finale. They still got 2 games left. They got still 2 weeks left. 49-42. Warriors drop to 3-3 in the NAC. Aurora improves to 4-2. Dennis and I have a post-game show coming your way. Play of the game, player of the game, and we'll wrap things up as we continue People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football. Presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
Here's your food.
Thank you.
Hey, your food's right here. Have a nice day. Thanks, you too.
Food's here.
Food's here.
Finally. Best pizza in town.
Food's here. We're here. Quick Trip.
Hey, grab me one too.
This isn't just another college.
If you are looking for a university where the professors care about you, you can meet friends who have the same values as you, and you're going to be in a super fun area with a ton of student activities and fun stuff to do, then you want to go to WLC.
This is a place where you'll engage in Christ-centered academics and student life experiences that activate your potential.
Learning here at WLC is incredibly hands-on learning. You get a bunch of different experiences. You can really balance academics with athletics or fine arts or any extracurriculars. I don't think a single student here graduates without thinking that they are a Christian leader.
You get everything when you come here. You get a wonderful community of people, and you get endless opportunities.
WLC initially was just a college for me, but now it's a home.
Your greatest adventure starts here. Visit wlc.edu/purpose to learn more.
It was a wild one here today in the 2025 home finale for Eric Tresky and his Warriors. Proud, yes, not necessarily happy with the result, but there's a pride that can be passed around in that huddle. 49-42, Aurora gets the win. As we recap this one for Wisconsin Lutheran, it was wild early and wild often. And, you know, Dennis, we look for our play of the game from the Warriors, and we go back to that blocked punt that Wisconsin Lutheran had in the second quarter. They're down by 7. The defense stopped them. Nathan Nevad came through, and one senior blocked it so that Malik Gordon, that senior, could pick it up in the end zone. It's the People's State Bank play of the game.
Really, yep.
Sent a message.
Really, it did. It sent a message. We're here. And, again, it was a huge score at that point in time to tie it up. And you know what? It carried us throughout the football game because this was a fine football game. I mean, whoever was watching or here in person, you saw a good college football game.
That play in particular kind of sent the message that we're here today we're going to be with you today. It was 28-14 Aurora at halftime, so let's kind of fast forward now to the second half. There was plenty of offense in the first and the second half. It was Josh Rico to Drew Mears, a 73-yard touchdown strike. Warriors had big play capabilities against a poor pass defense. Drew with a big game, but as they did all game, Aurora had answers. Connor Bright on the slant, able to respond, and Mickle picked off by Nathan Nevad. He had the block of the punt. He gets the interception here, almost returned it to the house, but TJ Ramsey ran him down. Warriors would punch it in on the Carson Kohler Wildcat formation, and the sophomore able to take it in, and the Warriors within a score once again here today. But that guy right there, Liam Mickle, spectacular on the ground with 4 touchdowns. There's one of them right there.
He was special today. There's no doubt about that.
Warriors would answer. Rico to Mears again. And Mears was spectacular. More on him later in the post game. Warriors hanging with Aurora. This was the 4th and final touchdown run for Liam Mickle. Here today, a special day as he rushed for 176 yards. Warriors, though, not going away. Punching this one in, and then they would need the 2-point conversion. They would get it. 7-point game. This was the sealer. On 3rd down, they don't run it. A little toss. Good call, as you said, Dennis, at the time by Don Beebe. And that was the play that allowed them to run out the clock in the final minute or so, and Aurora gets the win by 7. It was entertaining. Fans were entertained today.
Yes, it was an entertaining game. It was a hard-fought game. I commend the Warriors. I think they've just done a great job today battling a very good Aurora team.
We will take one final timeout, and then we will say goodbye for 2025. We're also going to give out our Warrior of the Game award. 49-42. Back to wrap things up in a moment.
The world is changing in powerful ways. You deserve an education that helps you meet the moment. Wisconsin Lutheran College. An academic and faith experience embedded in a close-knit community that activates your potential. Preparing you for life's critical moments so you can step into your unique purpose as a bold Christian leader. Take the first step at wlc.edu/purpose.
For the final time, the Warriors seniors on Robbie Stadium turf with family and friends. Number 16 right there in the center of your screen, holding the dog, too. It was a Mears fan club. And Drew Mears, the senior, one of the best punters the Warriors program has ever had. He is our Warrior of the game because what he did in the receiving department was a career high for him. 6 receptions, 144 yards. Both marks are career highs. 2 touchdowns, including snagging this one from 73 yards. I beg your pardon, that wasn't it. But that was one of the 6 right there. He made some big plays. First downs.
Yeah, you know, he just, again, I've mentioned it several times. He uses his hands. He goes and gets the football with his hands, and he had a great game. Just a great senior game.
Multi-dimensional player, punter, receiver, captain. This is the second touchdown right here. Again, strong hands.
Yep.
Whether he's catching a snap on a punt or catching a pass from Josh Rico, his quarterback. Drew Mears, attaboys there. Job well done. Still got 2 games to go, of course. Warriors
Absolutely.
on the road. The season isn't over. It's just our final broadcast as the Warriors fall 49-42. And before we throw out some final thank yous, Dennis, your final thoughts on this game, but on what we've seen from the Warriors at home in these broadcasts this year.
Well, just starting with this game, I thought we showed so much character in this game because you're playing, you can say that it's not the Roar of past, and it's not. You can tell that they're not like the dominant teams of past 7 years, but they're still Aurora. They're still a very good football team. And we came in with the mindset of going toe-to-toe with them. And the responses each time to when they would get a lead, instead of backing down or just not giving it everything you had, our guys just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. Very impressed with that. And then just to look at how this team has progressed throughout the course of the year, considering all the injuries they had to deal with this year. I mean, they at key spots. Sometimes you can get an injury at some position that it's a little easier to fill in at. But, man, when you get injuries at the quarterback spots, the wide receiver spots, the cornerback spots, those are challenging to overcome. And I think our guys just had a great ride this year to get to where they're at right now.
Warriors 3-3 in the NAC, 3-5 with 2 road games left to play. I mean this sincerely when these broadcasts this year could not have happened without these outstanding partners. First, our title sponsor, People's State Bank, their regional president, Jeff Musa, a former Warrior himself. Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent. Yeah, that Colin Amack had a touchdown today, had a big day. His family so supportive of our broadcast. Thanks to Auto Owners Insurance. Best Electric Service, another tie to Warriors football. Dunn Sporting Goods, Steve Dunn and his family, a longtime supporter of Warriors athletics. Sit Means Sit Dog Training, that's Tim Meitner, an original Warrior. Right? Today's Dentistry, that's Adam Markham, Dr. Markham. Now, Clear Hits Radio, Enlighten Realty Group, we thank the conference, the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, Commissioner Jeff Ligney for their support, and Sonesta Milwaukee West, Wauwatosa, where the Warriors had their Hall of Fame ceremony again this year. We could not do these broadcasts without the support of those great folks, and we would welcome your support of Warriors broadcasts moving forward, certainly, and reach out to me or to Coach Tresky, and we'll get it done and get you a sponsorship moving ahead next season. My thanks to our floor director this year, Madison Book, behind the scenes. Our spotter has been Alex Blackwood. Really helped, big help, and really appreciate their work. Ford, the Hall of Famer, Dennis Miller. Wayne Chevy, our sideline responsor. Thanks to all of you. You tuned in, you logged on, whether you watched on My24 or streamed us at WLCSports.com from around the country. We thank you. We hope you've enjoyed these broadcasts as much as we've enjoyed bringing them to you. Final here today, Aurora 49 and the Warriors 42. For everybody at this historic venue that we call Robbie Stadium, my name is Scott Warris. It's been my pleasure and my privilege to work with everybody at My People Creative and My24. We'll see you again real soon. This has been a presentation of People's State Bank coverage. Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group.